Dopey and Agnew show, their followers are violent extremists.
I would have ripped his cock off.
They use every derogatory term on the planet, but they can't argue or debate.
You're a waste of life, you fucking pig.
The Dopey and Agnew show is a slut machine.
You have lovely giant breasts.
My nipples are kind of hard right now.
Fuck yeah. They were like little lizards licking at their butts. That's what they done.
It's fucking brilliant.
The Dopey and Agnew show, they breed violent extremists. They call that humor for some reason.
Welcome to the program.
These people are not part of the human race. These are anti-human.
Maybe suck a tits or something.
That's what they're all about, picking on the most vulnerable in society.
Ducky, ducky, fat, fat.
How dare you question the Dopey and Agnew show? Get used to it, man.
Let's go fucking have a good time, you know what I mean?
But enough of this palaver. Let's get the show on the road.
Morning. Morning. Now, how is everybody on this? Ain't it a fine morning?
It is a good morning.
Yeah.
It's nice and warm again.
Yeah.
After a cold weekend, I guess. Cold weekend, a little snow in New York City.
Yeah, we did have a little taste of the old winter precipitation.
Finally.
Yeah. It wasn't that bad. It was just a little bit, not too inconvenient. Made everything look nice.
Nice for a couple
Wintry.
hours.
Yeah, I don't mind that. As long as it goes away within, 5-6 hours. Then I'm fine.
Yeah, it's going to be a nice day in New York City. Hope it's nice where you are today.
Yeah. And here's the weather in your neighborhood.
Man, I'm fucking tired from watching football.
Did you watch both games?
Did I watch?
In entirety?
Did I watch? I absolutely watched.
Yeah.
I got started. I get up early on the weekends because the kid in local news was doing a piece called, and I couldn't wait to just say this on the air, how to eat healthy during the football games. They actually had a fucking news piece on this. How to eat healthy.
Why?
And one of the tips was, hang out with the talkers, not the eaters.
Ugh.
Who the fuck?
That means the women. Hang out with the women.
But who the
Hang out with the women.
Instead of your guy friends and having fun eating chips and
Right.
pretzels,
Right.
hang out with your fucking chicks.
Right. Hang out with the talkers, not the eaters. Are you kidding me? This is what the news is doing. Who the fuck eats healthy during a football game?
Unfortunately, you don't. But it's not like it's, all the time you're just packing it in.
But the people that maybe need to eat healthy are not paying attention to the news as they do this stupid piece. I like to eat healthy, but I certainly throw that out the window when football's on. And the guys that maybe really need to look at their diets and stuff, they're not gonna fucking start their diets during a football game.
No.
And eat celery and carrots.
You wait till after the Super Bowl, and then your football bad dieting is
Just
Done
nonsense. I call it nonsense TV. They just have to fill up time, I guess.
nonsense.
Oh my God. Congratulations to the
My Giants? Woo! Yeah! Big Blue! Man, I was like, after this whole season of just following the Giants, making, and then they barely got into the playoffs.
Yep.
And now we're Super Bowl bound. We are Super Bowl bound.
No one's going to buy it. You haven't talked about football all year.
That's how I roll, though, because I don't want to jinx it. But at home, I am Mr. Giant.
You like to go for the front runner.
I got the big blue Giants rug on my floor in my man cave, in my gaping man cave.
Where you at with man caves?
Hate the man cave.
No chicks allowed.
This is where we go, man. And it's like, and the bottom line with the man cave is, it's where your wife said you can go in the house.
Correct the
Yeah,
boondog.
no, I make this shit and I tell her, fuck you. My friends are coming in the man cave, and it's all men, and you sit out there with your coffee clutch. We're going in here.
What do you say to the people that go, but Anthony, you got to see my man cave. It's pretty cool,
See your man cave.
I spent thousands of dollars on it.
You're relegated to a room that she allowed you to fucking put a TV and some beers in, and a fucking Giants rug, and some fucking pictures on the wall.
Yeah, but they watch porn during halftime.
No, they don't.
In the man cave.
They don't watch
You
porn.
gotta come down there and give him a talking to.
They like the Bud Light chick bowl. Like, that's their idea of sexy, is the lingerie bowl during the
Yeah.
Super Bowl. Like, they don't get too crazy with the porn.
Oh, no.
Just a little lingerie bowl. Boys
Just a
being
little
boys.
lingerie. But look at that. Yeah, she pretty. My wife's upstairs. Keep it down, huh? You want to get me in trouble? Whoa, the man cave.
Nothing going on down here, honey.
Nothing you want to know about anyway.
How about you get us some more wings? I'll come to the top of the stairs and grab them.
Hey, look at that. Yeah. Hey, Bobby's sucking Vinny's dick down here. It's a man cave.
Yeah, he's getting Fritos in his ass cheeks from the fucking seat.
The man cave concept has taken off, but I never understood it myself. I never,
no.
You know, enjoy your man cave, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, when I have people over for a football game, we all kind of just watch.
Yeah, you just it doesn't have to be this separate.
And guess what?
friggin-
Few people might not want to watch the football game, whether it's guys, girls, whatever. They go somewhere else and check out something else for a while.
That's where the kitchen's for. And I'm not saying you need a huge place.
That's where the talkers are.
Yeah, the talkers.
The talkers. Go find them.
And that's bullshit because I'll tell you what, when the talkers are hanging out is normally in the kitchen. When the sport's going on in the living room,
yeah,
the kitchen is where the talkers are. And there's always shit out in the kitchen. You know, dips and chips and what's that? And, all kinds of stuff.
I throw out my healthy eating when the football games are on.
Yeah.
Ugh. I should have freaking emailed the guys because now I want to play the clip on the air because it was so stupid. I'm sitting there going, what?
Right?
You have nothing else to talk about? Anyway, fuck 49ers. Damn it.
Man.
That was my team. I picked them early. You know that.
Oh, yes, you did.
You know I picked them early. I really liked how they were playing this year.
Well, I guess people have called me out, and I guess I got to fess up. I'm truly, not a big Giants fan. But I did watch the game.
Mm-hmm.
I did watch the game.
Did you really watch?
Yeah, I did.
They were two great games.
I was a tweeting
yeah,
and a watching.
Yeah.
And, wow, man, there's some... I bet the hardcore San Francisco fans, you know how that feels. Mm-hmm. You know how that feels, and it's like, oh, but all we had to do, and that was a big fuck up. Well, that was a big fuck up.
Same guy fucked up twice.
Yeah.
He fumbled? What else did he do?
No, it touched his knee. That ball, it touched his knee, but barely.
But the fumble deep in their territory there, or the muffed
well, in overtime,
the muffed fucking...
in overtime, giving Eli Manning a chance.
Yep.
And
then it became... I like when it became, now just hold on to the ball.
Right.
That's pretty much the game right there.
Right.
Just hold on to the fucking ball.
Why would you take a chance? I would have just kicked the field goal right away.
At first down.
Right.
First down, kick the field goal.
It's more or less a chip shot, so why are you risking anything?
Yes.
Why are you risking anything at this point?
Yeah.
The fucking 49ers were that close. They were 6-10 last year. That would have been a hell of a turnaround. And then they're in the Super Bowl with a new coach.
They would have got murdered, though, by the
Pats.
Yeah, they killed them.
I have to say it right now. I have to go Patriots. And I'm not fucking around with some stupid sports curse.
Well, that's the worst time is when you're not fucking around.
I can't root for the Giants. I cannot do it. I'm a Jets fan. People are like, oh, man, but New York, man. Yeah, but the problem is if the Giants win the Super Bowl, next year I get shit all year. Our team won and your New York team sucks.
Well, Opie, I'm looking down here. The cheers that are coming in from the Giants fans and the fuck yous that are coming in from the Patriots fans.
Why, man? I'm with the Patriots. I would love to see Tom Brady fucking win another Super Bowl.
It's not a guarantee.
And I'm not joking. That's what I want.
But that's just it. And it's not a guarantee every time you do this, the team loses. But you do have a particular track record of maybe jinxing the team you root for.
Honestly, the last 2 weeks, I was just 50-50.
Yeah?
Yeah, I was 50-50.
Yeah. But these are the big games, though.
I picked the Patriots and the 49ers over the weekend. I was 50-50.
And I'd like to see
what your stats...
And the week
before, I was 50-50.
I'd like to see what your stats are when it's a big game. We're talking World Series, Stanley Cup, Super Bowl, whatever they call the basketball thing.
I think the record will state I've never picked a Super Bowl winner.
Oh, shit.
I think the record will state.
All right. Wow.
I think E-Rock could possibly look back
beat
the
us
last few
fucking
years.
horse? What? Oh,
yeah.
Sorry. I finished your answer and it was wrong.
I believe I have not picked a Super Bowl winner ever.
Wow.
And it all started when I was doing radio in Buffalo, and they lost the Super Bowl 4 years in a row while I was up there, and it never got better. And then when we were in Boston, the Pats lost.
It's.
I don't think I've ever picked a Super Bowl winner.
It's grim,
I really
but you
don't
know
think
what?
so.
All those strings, when you string something together like that, it ends someday.
Don't worry.
So this might be it.
Yeah, this will be it.
This will be it. Of course, a lot of people, from what I heard, willy-nilly just over the past few days, apparently Pat's defense not as good as it has been in the past, and not good this season. Am I correct here?
Some people would say, sure.
Okay.
Tom Brady had a shitty game yesterday, so he'll step it up for the Super
They
Bowl.
were one field goal away from at least overtime.
Yeah.
The Ravens.
The Ravens fucked that up.
And we got a huge Ravens fan that works for us. Travis is a really big-time Ravens fan.
But him being
I don't have a
gay, negates that whole thing. Dr. Gay!
He is.
No one's in there to play along with you.
I know, Sam ran out, but he's laughing right now.
Travis is.
He's laughing.
Travis is miserable. First of all, why a Ravens fan again?
I'm from Baltimore.
Baltimore.
Oh, I thought you were from Canada.
No.
Oh, his wife is.
No.
He's from Baltimore. He's like The Wire. He was all hardcore and shit.
Yeah.
He used to say car like
That's
core.
me.
Who'd you like before the Ravens?
I really wasn't into
Gay then?
Well, yeah. I mean, I lived in Florida, so I guess I.
Did you grow up with E-Rock?
No, surprisingly, no. I didn't live in the rich community that Eric lived in.
Competing high schools down there?
Yeah.
You and E-Rock?
So I kind of rooted for Tampa Bay just because that's where I lived.
The Buccaneers.
Wow.
They
you
don't
had
have
a-
any fans.
You had
I
a-
don't think they have one fan at this point.
So it was good
upbringing.
when Baltimore got a team.
yeah.
Hey, Sam, Dr. Gay's contributing to some of the football talk. Dr. Gay! Thanks, man. I was alone.
So Travis, you should be going to the Super Bowl. You know that, right? Your team.
Yeah, I know.
It was, and I think Jimmy said that drop pass was way.
That was tough.
That's the real reason.
Yeah.
Terrible. The guy,
You could blame.
There's a lot of things.
You can blame Cundiff all you want,
blame
but
him,
he marched the fucking team down. He threw the ball in the end zone.
Flacco
It
did
was
a great job.
dropped. I know a defender knocked it away, but not really.
it was a pretty good
was
defensive
dropped.
play.
It was dropped.
But you think he should have grabbed it?
I know he should have.
You
Yeah,
think he should-
absolutely.
You think
And-
he should have
and
held on to that ball?
he knows he
He
should have,
poked
too.
it out nice, Jimmy.
Yeah, he
Should have held on the ball.
Nice.
You think?
That's the difference between not going to the Super Bowl and going to the Super Bowl. Instead of not holding that fucking ball. Yeah, he should have held it.
And Travis is saying they should have taken that timeout because it was all willy nilly. Everyone's rushing around, and then
Well, yeah, when you're
Cundiff
running
duffed it.
onto the field with 10 seconds left, of course you take a timeout.
Right.
When you're about to kick, the biggest field goal of
Why
the
didn't
season.
they?
I don't know.
Because-
and they don't know either. No, they're just saying
Because they were
well,
too scared. The other team was going to call the time. The other team was going to call the timeout. To freeze the kicker.
But you've got 10
But
seconds.
at that point, it's in your favor to call a timeout.
Right.
Just call the timeout.
that was terrible. The coach panicked.
It was awful.
That's what happened in the Giants game. There was a couple of missteps there
Jesus.
before the field goal.
The Giants.
and the
Nobody
kicker's
wanted
just
to win
like,
that game.
Huh?
Nobody wanted to win that Giants
That
game.
really was
Holy
fucked
shit.
up. First, they ran out the play clock, and the coach is just like, what?
Well, he had his big.
What?
Coughlin had his big fucking headphones on. He can't hear
His big-
nothing.
Are they put out, by the way, by Motorola?
I think they are.
I wasn't quite sure.
I think you might be right on that.
Yeah, and then of course they line up to kick now, penalized 5 yards, and then timeout. That always cracks me up, and then they're like, but you're sitting there at that point looking like, is this gonna fuck him up?
Right.
Is he gonna hook that fucking thing? And
I think a kicker is on the field a total of 40 seconds.
And
That's his job.
and sometimes
The entire
it's
game.
very important.
The entire
Yes.
game, I think it's 40 seconds, if that
Yeah.
much, of playing time.
Yeah.
What a weird job. You just
really
sit there.
is.
You just sit there waiting.
Wait.
To see if
all
maybe-
right, it's up to you.
Right. To see if you
What?
could kick the winning field goal.
Yeah.
And you pretty much do nothing the entire game.
Do you think he's sitting there?
What a
at the
weird
point-
life.
At the point when the Giants had the ball and they're just a few yards, they're within the 20.
Right.
Do you think he's sitting there going, God, I just hope he tosses it in there and I never even got to leave the
Oh, of
bench.
course.
It's just, I just don't know. I want to leave the bench. I want to go woo.
Of course. I think
Yeah.
they'd rather see them win it another way.
Not have to be on their back.
Yeah, man.
It's like, I'm either going to make this and we're going to go to the Super Bowl, or I am going to make a history-making highlight clip that they're going to just play over and over.
But what does the kicker do? He just walks around.
Yeah.
Keeps his leg warm.
I think he could get
notorious
chicks.
weirdos too.
Yeah,
They really are.
Weirdos,
Yeah, they're like the weird
You
guys.
have to be.
They're the geek of the team.
You think they just whistle some songs? Like, what do they do?
Yeah.
They probably don't want to be talked to before. They just,
No one is allowed to talk to them.
They got to
They're
kick
weird.
into that net.
Well, that's they only do that a few times though,
No, that's true.
because they don't want to do that too much because they don't want to tire out their footsie.
No. That was a real. It was kind of a bad snap too. It was a low snap, and
Yeah, they handled it.
like he got it, and that was the second he fucking straightened that out. That's when he was able to kick it.
So we got the big.
That was pretty good.
The big game. Are we allowed to say Super Bowl?
I'm saying we are the official show of the big game.
Now let's say we are
Can you
the
say that?
official satellite radio show of the Super Bowl.
Wow,
let's
we're
get
in trouble.
that out there.
We are.
Let's get that out
Yes.
Yeah,
there. Yes, let's get that out there
All right.
immediately to the press.
cool. Can't wait for the C&D to show up. What's the over/under?
And I guess the Super Bowl is a do-over.
Do over. Yeah.
Shit.
Which is funny because they the Drudge Report put up a picture of who was it? It was
Tom Brady talking to Eli Manning.
what? No, that was the second one they had, right?
Oh,
they
I-
fixed it.
Whoa,
It was
whoa.
Peyton. They had Peyton Manning. He was talking to.
Oh, did they?
At first, that was the picture they had.
They had a running score on the Drudge Report.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got the big rematch, so that's pretty exciting for football fans in general.
I just
Nah,
hope
they
it's
gotta
a
have a party.
humiliation for the Giants. I
Really?
hate the fucking Giants
Yeah.
more than any team in sports.
I go Patriots.
Hatred.
Yeah.
Jimmy goes Patriots.
I think anybody.
Ant goes Big
Al Qaeda.
Blue.
I would take over the Giants.
Wow. How's their team this year?
Not too good. Their balls were always notoriously smelly. The cheerleaders are all declitted. And they just kind of politely clap and make noises.
Hope they don't get stoned.
What happened the last time these two teams played? Refresh everyone's memory. Was
I
this
believe the Giants won.
It was the catch.
It was the catch.
The
Well,
catch.
I just
I'm
wanted
sorry.
to-
It was more than a catch.
It was more than a
You
catch.
sure it was
If
more
you-
than a catch?
Opie, if you read the book, you'll know. It
I
was
know
more
exactly
than a
what
catch.
happened. I just wanted someone else to
That's
say it.
hilarious.
Was it more than a catch?
I think it was
What year was that? That's like
2008.
More than a catch.
And that was the big year where the Patriots were undefeated and then losing the Super Bowl. So Brady wants this bad because then all those dumb nightmares he has to this
Yeah.
day could go away.
Have they not won?
Because he wins the fucking rematch. No, they haven't won since.
He's got 3 Super Bowls, right?
But he hasn't had one in. When was the last time?
What have you done for me lately?
Look down, man. When was the last time the Pats won? I want to say 2000.
Opie, last time
or
the Pats won was 04.
Oh, 4. Okay.
Yes.
8 years since he won a Super Bowl?
Wow.
Oh, poor guy.
So he wants
Long time,
this.
though.
Yeah.
He wants this.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, he's gonna have to play better than he did.
More than a catch, huh?
More than a catch. Yeah.
That catch was ridiculous.
Yeah, but it was
As
more
much
than
as
a
we
catch.
make fun of that guy, that catch was ridiculous.
They almost had one last night.
I saw that.
Oh, that was like a
Yeah.
hamina, right off the fingertips, and then it's almost an interception.
I saw that.
Yeah.
Whatever happened to that guy?
Yeah, where is he?
Where is that guy?
Did he play for another season with the Giants?
I think.
David Tyree.
Did he write another book?
No, I don't think so.
Yes.
Beyond More Than a Catch?
No,
Yes.
his second book should be
way
called,
more than a catch.
No, his second book should be. I guess it was just a catch.
Yeah, I guess. Well, I guess it was.
Because no one knows who I am, and I'm not in
Yeah.
football anymore.
or more than a catch? Question mark.
yeah. Just add a question mark for his second book.
More than a catch.
Yeah.
I saw Alan Alda. I texted you, and
What?
I saw him on in our neighborhood.
Oh, yeah?
Right after
5 minutes after we saw each other.
Literally, Kenny drops me off. Jimmy's still in the car, and I pretty much bump into Alan Alda right around the corner. And every time I see him a lot because he lives really close to us. I just want to do the yes.
Do you say hi to him at all or no?
No.
Is he alone usually?
This time was he? See, when you see the celebrity, you don't even realize who else is with.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think he was with somebody. If I had to guess.
Probably Loretta Swit.
Loretta Swit. Yeah. There was a MASH marathon on yesterday on one of those fucking channels that just play old shows.
Yeah.
And I was laughing watching it, and not because it's a comedy, but because it's supposed to be a comedy. Mm-hmm. Like some episodes you watch and it's just like, what the fuck is going on? And it was the one you had recently just talked about, where he's talking to the shrink. and he was talking about the lake and how he almost drowned. And was it Billy?
His cousin Billy. He helped me into the water.
He helped me into the water.
Yeah.
Into the water?
Yeah.
That doesn't matter what I said. Why did he do that?
I hated it.
He starts crying, and it's like, where's the canned laughs now? Where's the canned laughs now? And I just turned around. I was like, this is a comedy?
Alan Arbus was very good as the shrink, too.
The shrink, yeah. He's kind of synonymous for that one when you see him on any other show or movie. It's like, the shrink from MASH.
The laughs don't come in MASH like they used to. Like I don't laugh when I watch it.
No.
Because it's more Marx Brother-y a little bit, but I still love the dramatic moments.
My dad used to watch it. Like, it was his favorite show. And growing up, I would just sit down and watch it with him, and I would never laugh. I didn't understand, like, why
is this funny?
Liked that show at all.
Yeah, it's a little dated, some of the humor. Horse hockey. All right.
That's funny.
What's horse hockey?
I don't know.
That's what Harry Morgan used to yell out, and it meant nothing. I guess it was,
instead of cursing,
when you kick the little balls of horse shit around. Maybe that's horse hockey you're playing.
Is he trying to get a catchphrase going?
Maybe beat your wife.
All right.
Well, maybe I'm dead.
Or finger Sophie.
Finger Sophie. She's stump broke. I could fuck her.
Was he hoping to get horse hockey on a fucking T-shirt?
Maybe. I guess
that motherfucker
didn't work out.
I do catchphrases. Not you.
The Harry Morgan catchphrase.
I could have met him.
Well, it's yours.
Recently,
yours is still going.
Which one?
Which one?
I got a few. I got a few I'm trying to work.
Brother man.
Brother man, I'm trying to work. And I'm trying to work Dummy in a Hot Tub, even though that's Sam's, but I'm fucking pushing that one forward. And I might have
that was actually off of,
Huh?
That was actually off of Pal Talk.
What?
Dummy in a Hot Tub.
So it's not even Sam's?
No, it's not even Sam's.
Oh, Sam. So who do I have to pay on fucking Pal Talk if I put that on a T-shirt?
I don't know.
Fuck. I wrote it already. Hey, Joe, what do you got, buddy?
Hey, I mean, I'm a big Jets fan, too, but you'd really go for the Patriots over the Giants?
Let me answer your question. Joe has nothing. He said, what do you got? I said, let me answer your question. He has nothing.
Hopefully, chlamydia.
Well, this is a good question, though, because the problem is, I have to do that. Because when you walk around next year, if the Giants, God forbid, win the Super Bowl, they're going to beat up all the Jets fans. Point and laugh and shit.
I mean, I have to say, I hate the Patriots.
I know they're in the same division,
Giants,
blah, 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 but it's the lesser of two evils. I'm sorry. I can't jump from one New York team to the other. I've never done it. I might have done it with the Yankees when I was too young to understand totally. So,
did you guys see that hit in the Giant game where the guy got knocked out?
Yeah.
25, whatever.
Yeah, they ran into each other.
Well, that caused some problems because that guy would have been in the game.
Right, he'd have been the guy.
He would have. He might have handled things differently. So that was a massive play.
They put in a whoopsie.
Yeah. I don't know. Am I alone on this? A lot of Jets fans have to go and root for the Giants. It's a tough spot for Jets fans. Yes.
There's not going to be a lot of Jets fans rooting for the Patriots.
You think they're going to more? You think
they
more?
hate the Patriots.
But you think more Jets fans will root for the Giants?
Yes.
If they're forced to.
99%.
The fucking Boston-New York rivalry is so intense that there's no fucking way anyone but you.
But I'm a different Jets fan because I spent 3 years in Boston.
Exactly.
And I really do like Boston a lot. I know. I would move back there tomorrow. So under the right circumstances.
You don't root for a division rival ever.
I know. I get all that.
Ever.
Guess what,
I think
though?
you're right. If there's another guy that did radio in Boston for 3 years, got kicked out for saying the mayor's dead, is now in New York, and is a Jets fan, all those people are going to root for the Pats.
What do you think the percentage is, really? You think it's overwhelmingly that the Jets fans are going to root for the Giants?
Yeah.
Wow.
Or just not root at all.
No, you're forced to root. Who do you go for?
Oh, the Giants.
Wow, really?
I'm rooting for the Giants.
Yeah.
I hate the Giants, and I have to root for them. I can't root for the
You
Patriots.
have to.
Really?
No.
Yeah. They
I
beat my team.
I would love to see Brady fucking beat the Giants, especially after 2004. That'd be a great story. Because he's fucking still hurting from the undefeated season.
Well, then the great story is the fact that he can't beat him. I like that story.
Dude, if he...
I like that one, too.
Story.
If
I like
he
that one,
doesn't,
too.
he's going to have that'll be in the back of his head for the rest of his life if he doesn't beat the Giants in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
This is a make good. Because he hasn't won since 2004.
Yeah.
And then, the undefeated season, and then you had that stupid catch that fucked him up. Fucked up the Patriots winning.
It really
that year.
was more than a catch, I think. Right.
But you know what it's not more than? $6 on Amazon.
Oh, shit.
no.
Oh, that price of that book is taking a little dive.
Well, Joe, I'm alone today. I don't know what to tell you.
She's still playing?
But, I mean, I did spend 3 years there, too. I like
that's
Boston
true.
a lot. I really do.
I mean, Boston's a great town, but I hate the fucking Patriots.
All right, sir. Thank you. One more, Ann, and then we'll move on.
There's a Red Sox hatred carryover with New York. It's just, it's very difficult to enjoy Boston as a sporting team.
We got Walt in Jersey. Walt.
Walt!
Yeah, but
Walt! Walt!
Walter's a big old son of a bitch.
I'm a huge Jets fan. I can't fucking stand the Giants. I hope Tom Brady fucking just kills them.
Wow.
It's not about a division rival or anything. Just there's so many arrogant, obnoxious fucking Giants fans around here that you're going to look for next year or so. And people in Boston. I mean, I got to look at Giants fans that fucking work.
See, this is what I'm trying to say, Anthony. It's a tough spot. I get it. But the Giants and the Jets play in the same fucking place, too.
Well,
and also you march in as a Jets fan, and you know the Giants, won the fucking Super Bowl. That's not a good feeling for Jets
He does have
fans.
a point, because Giants fans are incredibly annoying.
But maybe their coach should have guaranteed a fucking Super Bowl win.
I don't think anyone's that
after
stupid.
after 2 games. Oh, really, Rex Ryan?
2 years in a row.
They fucking play well on the road, man. God damn it, Giants on the road. Yeah,
Giants are a good
They
team.
just play well
man.
now. They're the hottest team in football.
Eli Manning, he's a fucking good quarterback. I have to officially
Look
say
at
it.
that.
For many years, I just thought he
Jesus.
was kind of lucky and shit. That guy is a great quarterback.
It's that helmet.
He got his ass kicked yesterday. Still threw for no interception.
Yeah, he no interceptions and over 300 yards. And when
They
the
both took a kind of a beating yesterday. It was pretty fun to watch. I like when the quarterback just gets smashed.
and when the pressure was on, you got to give it to Eli. He was right there, man. He was right fucking there. Look at this. That's why right there. That it barely touched.
it bounced off his knee though.
Yeah.
Barely.
That guy stinks.
It is truly amazing when you see the quarterback fall back and he's looking and just knows people are behind him, ready to just fuck you up, and can still get a pass off. Wouldn't anyone else just be like, yeah, you do that thing where you put your shoulders up and your head down and go, yeah, like someone's behind me, they're gonna hurt me.
The Tom Brady.
Yeah, the Tom Brady.
When you stay in the pocket,
All
they
right,
call
leave my
it.
quarterback.
Yeah,
alone.
it's amazing.
Staying in the pocket is very impressive.
Fuck that. Who was it?
Guys who can't scramble that do that.
Who went over the top? Brady with the ball first?
Oh yeah, he bent over.
Can you imagine doing that? No fucking way. He jumped over ball first because all the ball just has to
All
cross
you got to
the
do
plane.
is cross it. Yeah.
So they say you can't do that if you just need 1 yard on the field. You get your head taken off, but that you could reach out with the ball and then try to protect yourself.
And
quickly.
then
you could even drop the ball at that point.
He and then he was like showboating there. Spikes that ball, fucking
Him croaking out the fucking national anthem was hilarious.
I gotta play that.
I gotta be honest. I didn't think it was as bad as everyone's making it out
Yeah,
to
it's
be.
pretty
It was
bad.
compared to a suicide bombing. It wasn't bad.
If he
But
wasn't
for a
at-
song, it was hideous.
I think we've had way worse though.
If he wasn't in Foxwoods, he'd have been fucking dead. Foxborough, he would have been fucking dead.
They would. I don't think people would
They'd
boo
have killed him. No, they would have killed him.
You think so? Maybe.
Yeah, because he's synonymous with Boston
and he has
New
to pick
England.
and he has to pick the next American Idol winner.
Yeah. Why are they showing Iraq's food supply? It was a C-130.
It's a bomber plane. It's a lot of cargo room.
That's a hell of a fucking flyby though.
That's pretty cool.
All of a sudden you see that pop over the horizon or over
Yeah.
the top of the stadium. Wow,
Yeah, it was pretty
That must
cool.
have been a moment.
I didn't think he was good at all. I like Steven Tyler too, but it was
No.
We got fans everywhere, and there was a guy who was tweeting me a picture because Giselle was walking around with a big piece of fucking cake, and he wanted me to retweet the picture.
Yeah.
I couldn't see the fucking piece of cake that you were so excited about.
He's excited about the cake.
He sent it to me 10 times, and I finally ran it back. I'm like, dude, I can't see the cake, so this picture means nothing. Because he happened to be in the box with all the bigwigs.
Yeah.
You see Mr. Kraft?
Oh, yeah.
We used to work with Mr. Kraft.
We would hobnob with them.
We used to hobnob with the Crafts. The old man looked like...
tipping a few back, maybe?
Wow. I don't know.
Think?
I don't know.
Yeah, God bless him. God bless him.
He can handle himself, though, when he has to talk to the crowd after the game.
Looking better than Joe Pa.
Oh,
wait a minute. What happened there? Maybe it's
He's
too
not
soon?
doing well.
We're gonna need an hour for Joe Pa. So,
I know.
So let's go with Steven Tyler first.
Yeah.
I say this wasn't that bad. Jimmy says...
All right.
Hideous.
Can you see by the dawn's early light?
Pause right there for 1 second. He sounds like the fucking redhead Montgomery from the movie Fame when he was singing on the ledge. He fucking stinks.
I didn't think it was that bad.
Oh, he reminds me of Montgomery from Fame.
I don't think there's a drop-off on his voice. That's like Aerosmith, you know what I mean? I don't think Steven Tyler ever had an amazing voice.
Right.
It's very raspy and very screamy.
Right.
That's what he could do.
Right.
But it like, I don't know. I don't think it's conducive for the
It
national
sounds
anthem.
flat.
Yeah.
Kind of flat.
Yeah, they probably should have
Yeah.
jazzed it up with something. I don't know.
Yeah, another
To
guy.
have him just
Yeah.
doing the acapella.
And when I said...
Acapella.
When I tweeted yesterday that, Steven Tyler is officially an embarrassment, it wasn't because of his national anthem. It was because of the promos I was seeing for Idol.
Right.
Like he's in the jet plane. I'm over here with the fucking helmet on. Whoa, look out. He's going to take off in a fighter plane. Are you? He just looked like an idiot. Everything he says is too trying to be over the top guy.
They should have got Steven Tyler 10 years ago for American Idol.
Yeah, well.
And who was that? They were showing that girl in a bikini during the promo.
Oh, yeah.
Holy fuck. Could you find her picture? And what was she about?
I don't know.
Did you see this? She walks out. It was in the promo for American Idol.
Oh, right.
I didn't stay
Yeah,
up
yeah.
to watch last night. Why would I?
And Gilbert Gottfried tweeted a picture of Steven Tyler's foot, I guess at the beach.
Yeah.
And it said his toes, you can't unsee this. And
How bad are they?
Well, two of
They
his...
all turn left or what?
No, he's got like regular toes, but the second one to the right of the big toe and the third one make a 90-degree hook over his big toe. Like there's something really bad going on
My
there.
grandmother had that. My dad's mom had toes that would kind
Isn't
of...
that hammer toes?
No,
know,
it might
lop
be.
over,
It's
I
something.
think.
Maybe
It looks
it's
like a hammer.
Fucking arthritis.
Older people have that.
Can't you
Happens
fix
to their
that?
toes.
Of course.
Why don't you just fix that? I would just chop them off.
Get that repaired.
Do you need those two toes?
Probably not.
No.
Right where they bend, I would just cut them off.
Well, some people do.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to elaborate. You can figure it out.
That'll keep you here.
Yeah.
What happened?
Well, you're holding, you're peeling, you know. Yeah, we can do.
Is that inside stuff?
No, it's
I'm out.
a horrid joke. It's right up my alley. Oh, look, yeah, see?
That's not it.
There it is. Yeah, that's his foot.
Let me see.
That's his... Oh, he's got a deformity.
Yeah, there's something bad going on. And
Travis-
then he decides to paint
Travis,
them up.
tweet that shit and I'll retweet you, man.
He
Let's
decides to
get going
paint
here.
them, too. Like
Wow. Why does he paint his nails like a girl?
fucking, you got to draw attention to him.
And is his big toe painted black or is it dying?
Or is it just dying? Your big toe, it's dying.
Because his big toe is black, his little toe is black, and the ones in between are red.
And they're
It
twisted.
just looks like there's a toe like hanging out on his foot.
Yeah, that's a deformity. Okay, does he have 6 toes or 5?
No, he's got 5. It looks like someone grabbed those middle toes and just jacked them to the side and snapped them.
Why doesn't he just have that fixed? Do you know how much that must hurt his fucking with shoes on? What a nightmare time he must have with shoes and fucking
Can't wear sandals.
Do you think he
No.
tucks them where they belong, though? Are they rubbery or rigid? Does he tuck them where they belong and then pull his shoesies on?
Travis, tweet that. I'll retweet you.
I will.
Disgusting.
What was I going to say?
That's terrible.
Maybe,
we didn't finish the song.
maybe he's making some kind
All
of like, maybe he's crossing his fingers and his toes.
No, because it was just him, like, in the beach. That was a close-up of a picture where he was frolicking in the water.
Wow.
Yeah.
What so proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright
your hats.
We're so gallantly streaming, and the rockets right cloud as bomb bursting in air gave proof to the.
See what you gotta do if you're an Aerosmith. You just gotta imagine all those guitars in the background.
Whatever.
And it's Steven Tyler, but you take all that away, and I guess you're right.
Yeah, it was okay. He wanted. I guarantee
more,
Kraft
or we
just
good?
wanted him to hang out in the booth and watch the game, and he invited him, and they had to get him to sing the national anthem to get him to show up.
That screen works with Dream On.
No, I think it goes a lot deeper than that. That's an American Idol fucking tie-in. That's what they're starting to do.
Right.
They're like, okay, national anthem, American Idol, games on the same fucking network. Let's get Steven Tyler to do the national anthem.
No, exactly.
Instead of getting probably a much better singer that could pull it off.
Well, considering that was on CBS.
What?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that was the other game.
I thought it was. I thought it was the Fox.
No.
Wow.
Why would CBS have the American Idol on then? The American Idol guy.
Wow.
Oh.
Please don't look at me.
Why?
Please
don't look at me.
Please don't look
Maybe
at
it will switch networks or something.
Well,
Please don't look at me. I'm heating up.
Yeah.
Maybe the same guy owns both TV stations.
Oh, I don't think that is, Jimmy.
God,
no.
I had a brilliant theory, and it's not even close to right.
As a matter of fact, it couldn't be wronger.
Could you
And
turn
I
off
was
the lights?
And I was
Turn off the
backing
lights,
up like a
please.
yes man. Yeah, that must have been it.
The prime minister before Churchill was more right about Germany than you were about that theory.
Please turn off the lights. Matter of fact, let's all just go home.
That's all right.
Yeah,
Can we go home?
that's a show-ending error
boy.
right there.
Oh,
yeah.
No, he's promoting Lost.
Wait, you
All right.
you sure?
Oh.
Look at me hoping for.
He
hoping
couldn't.
it gets over.
Yeah, he's right. American Idol's still on Fox.
Oh wow.
Ah.
So that would be not a smart thing to do.
No.
So then there was some inside shit going on.
Yeah, it's just Boston and it's a big game.
Yeah.
Move through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Oh, the land of the free
All right, he screams. Right?
and the home of the
I didn't think it was that bad.
I liked it more this time than I did when I first heard
It's
it.
it's
They're
very
killing
Steven
him,
Tyler.
and I don't think it was bad enough to kill him over it.
That's people that don't know what he fucking sings like.
Right.
I mean, I wasn't killing him on the national anthem thing. He comes off as a douche these days.
tough song to sing. Doing it by himself.
Yeah.
Sort of a little kind of like not monotone, but just kind of
flat.
Thank you, flat.
Being a fucking shill for Fox because
Yeah, you know.
Let's not bring that up.
Big tie.
wait.
They're going to get Charlie Sheen because of 2.5. Oh, no.
because that's
Classic Network.
the other.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Oh boy, I'm turning off my Twitter. Okay.
Well, it was cool because you said it with such
Turn off the
conviction.
phones, please.
Yeah.
Like, you know, because that's what they're doing now. like, not like this sounds like a good idea. You were like, no, like you had the inside skinny.
The government allows him that.
It was the CBS game, huh?
Yeah. It sure was.
What's worse, that or my personal favorite, your Howard Johnson comment?
What was the Howard Johnson comment?
I forget now.
When he wanted to know why Howard Johnson was walking around with a uniform on.
Oh yeah.
All right. That was the guy. I forgot about that.
It's my favorite thing.
I thought Howard Johnson lost his mind, and it just made me laugh so hard.
That is a.
And what it
funny
turned out,
one,
he
man.
was like
He
the
was a
batting coach or
and,
something.
Yeah, coaches wear uniforms.
What was it?
Let's go.
Where was he walking around with the uniform though?
On the field.
On the field.
No. But it was something else.
It wasn't at a bakery or anything. He was on the field.
Wasn't it for like Old Timers Day or something?
I think it was just a regular game, and maybe
No,
it was Old Timers Day, and you were wondering why he was wearing.
No,
a
there's.
uniform.
I'm still a douche for saying that, but there was more details to that I need to know now.
I don't remember.
There were
I think it was
details.
Old Timers Day, and I think everyone else had suits on. I'm like, why the fuck did he come out
You
in
might
this?
be right.
I don't know.
Well, maybe he would have been because maybe he would have been playing though. You could have said, "Oh, maybe he was playing, and that's why he had the uniform on."
I didn't mean to bring it up.
No, I knew he was not playing.
Yeah?
I knew that much, but I didn't.
No,
realize
that he was playing in the Old Timers game. You know,
I don't remember. Someone help me out.
Yeah.
Like they were honoring some old Mets or
We can go
something.
through the audio.
Nah, whatever.
Yeah.
If someone remembers, please. So it really hurts. Please do it to me. To make the show official, we got to play the last two calls of the games. Sorry, Travis.
Oh yeah.
First one's gonna make you real sad.
I've already heard it in my head 1,000 times.
Goes 32 yards to tie. And the kick, look out! Look out! It's no good! It's no good!
Look out. I like that. Look out! Look out!
I think one of the guys on the sideline just went, "You got to be shitting me."
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a terrible coaching decision to not take that timeout. I didn't realize that they had one left. They didn't take it.
Yeah, why wouldn't you use it right there?
Well, they
That's
said we'll have to reevaluate that.
reevaluate. How about we should have done that?
The whole season comes down to that.
Well, neither single mistake was an absolute game winner.
See, it's easier when your team doesn't make the playoffs, Travis.
Yeah, you know.
In the end, it's easier that your team doesn't make the playoffs.
Go Jets.
than being knocked out like that.
I would have rather them just got blown out.
Of course. Well, athletes will even tell you that. They sleep nice after a blowout. They have horrible nights sleep after a close
Never
loss.
seen a worse loss.
I couldn't sleep last night. I'm laying in bed and I'm like, I just thought of the players too. I'm like, what is it? Like I just slept too late yesterday, but I'm like, what is that kicker thinking? Or that guy? Like when you lose a big game like that and you know that one move you made, like I would be punching myself.
Oh,
because I couldn't live with myself.
He could kill himself over this.
What are you doing when that happens?
Because that's his job right there. That's it. It's not like, he had an amazing game and then had one horrible play. That's all he does. That's what they pay him for.
But you're letting the whole team down. Like Buckner's the guy that got all the shit for it. But there's always examples of that in sports of guys who make the mistake. And the other teams, their players are always like, but their players want to go, you cocksucking motherfucker.
We worked hard.
We didn't. You stink.
Plus, you play on a team with Ray Lewis. He could easily murder you, for real.
I wouldn't want to be around him right
Ray
now.
Lewis could murder you over that.
He said I feel the worst about letting down Ray Lewis.
Really?
Because he's not getting any younger. He wants to get back to the Super Bowl, and this was their best chance.
Baseball, you get away with that shit unless it's a Buckner thing. Like, the pitcher always has the brunt of the pressure on him. And if you're pitching really bad and just conga lining the team around the bases, then you fucked up.
Did you see that?
But if you but if you just throw on a little low and outside and someone connects with it and fucking plows it out of the park, they don't look at him like, "Oh, you fucking blew it for us,"
Right.
A walk-off home run or something like
Only
that.
relief pitchers get killed like that. Yeah. A relief pitcher will
Because
get
they're
killed for
not
blowing it.
supposed to do that.
Watch this.
Yeah.
Watch this.
It's Screamy Guy.
Dude, what a great idea,
But he took it off his TV audio.
and you put it together horribly.
Yeah.
Go back and forth with the guy.
Back and forth, where he's kind of got an
Match
expression
up your audio a little better.
of anticipation on his face.
yeah.
Pick a clip.
You would have had a fucking viral video, man. It's a great idea.
That's a good one.
What are you doing?
Jesus. Sam's now looking for something else.
What are you doing, Sam?
Might be good.
What are you doing, Sam?
I'm looking for the reactions when his teammates made faces with.
Yeah, you can read their lips.
Let's
see what they say.
Yeah.
I don't know what this. Oh,
Well.
That's not good.
God,
The internet's got so many funny little inside
unless it's a
jokes.
guy like Tom Brady. Like if Brady throws an interception and the ball gets dropped, because he's Brady, how mad, like, they might be annoyed he did that, but what can you say? He's one of the greats of all time. But with a guy like a kicker,
but if Brady fucking fumbles it on the deep in their own fucking, like, on the 10.
Yeah, but...
And lets the other team score and win in overtime or something like that, that would be bad.
It would be, but I think that the team wouldn't be like, you piece of shit, because it's Brady, who they know is so great. He's done nothing but win.
It hurt.
You're going to fuck up.
You're going to be way more pissed at a kicker.
Well, this guy was completely out of the league
pissed.
4 years ago, or 5 years ago.
Oh, boy.
The kicker?
Yeah.
And he's going to be again.
Yeah, how do you sell yourself next year?
Yeah.
How do you sell yourself next year?
How do you think that's call is? The agent?
Yeah.
Look, this is bad. You missed that kick, and there's just no one going to be calling. Maybe we could get you a gig on Sirius XM Satellite Radio.
Well,
do you like book radio? You can get the afternoon slot on book radio's open.
I'm going to try to work the CFL. We'll see.
We'll see. Maybe
we'll see if there's any
tables.
Oh,
God.
Oh, boy.
Oh, Jesus.
Are these the reactions? You can read their lips.
It's Ray Rice.
Ray.
He said, oh, my God.
Oh, my God, yeah.
He has to walk back.
Oh, shit. Oh, Jesus. Oh, they're all just walking away. Oh, that's... oh, do they just look stunned? They're stunned.
They got down.
They were like, this is going to go to overtime. We got a chance. This is great. Oh, wait, we lost.
Oh, my God.
Oh, it's terrible.
Oh,
my. The hold by Cook.
Oh,
trying to spin it around. Did not quite get the laces all the way, but just a 32-yarder. And Kunda, a Pro Bowl kicker a year ago.
Oh, my God.
Wow, he hooked it.
From 32.
Hooked it.
I couldn't believe that.
Hooked it by a mile.
Yeah.
You think they're going to run the draw, get the first down?
And he knows it the second. You know that when you do that.
Of course.
When, like, you're bowling as an amateur, you just throw the ball and go, that sucked.
Travis, how awful.
This is the first time I'm seeing this part of the game.
Why?
I turned it off immediately.
Yeah.
Oh.
It was terrible, right?
It was the worst loss I've had as a fan.
That must suck. Yeah. They're hearing the fans and the fireworks going off, and they just got to be like, wait, we were supposed to be playing overtime.
I would run back to the locker room. I'd keep my football uniform on. I'd grab all my stuff, throw it in a duffel bag, and just leave.
Yeah.
Like I would not go back to the team.
Oh, you mean leave the whole team?
I would not. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Is that a bus? No, they take the planes, obviously. You're going to get back on a plane with these guys?
Oh, man.
Fuck
no. This would be a bad one.
I would be hailing a cab.
Yeah.
I want to know,
get into a train station immediately. I'm out of here.
Do athletes really look at it like, yeah, he missed the kick, but we also... Will they also look at the other stuff that fucked up? Like, yeah, that was that moment, but...
I don't know.
He did drop that pass, and you know what?
Yeah, the rest of it's just the game.
They'll say they do. I mean,
they'll try to say...
Yeah, but to themselves, I mean, do they?
I'm sure. They're human.
No, but in the end, they're like, holy fuck, dude.
Yeah.
You know, it was a tough game, and you got to feel bad for Billy right now, but it's it's a team effort. That motherfucker, Billy,
Yeah, you got to feel bad. Hey, look, it's a team. We win and lose as a team, and in this case, I guess we all hooked it to the left, didn't we? I guess all of us just sat on the bench on our fat asses and hooked it to the left. When we needed to kick it through the uprights, we all hooked it to the left. Win and lose as a team.
Yeah.
Yes, we do.
As a team.
Oh, wait, what? Hold on. If this is real, this could be fucking hilarious. Mike on Long Island, go ahead.
Hey, Owen, what's going on? Jimmy, welcome back.
Thank you, buddy.
I don't know if you guys caught it, and I know you're still talking about the Ravens game, but yesterday, after the Giants won, right before they went to commercial, they had Steve Weatherford, the Giants punter, who held the ball on the field goal, on the winning field goal, running down the field with his arms out, and you could see him mouthing the words while he was screaming it at the time. I'm going to the fucking...
Oh, yeah. That one was great. I saw
what was that?
I started laughing.
He holds the fucking ball.
Yeah.
Hold the ball on the
There you go.
He holds the ball.
Yeah. Right here he is. He can't get his helmet off, and he's like, I'm going to the fucking...
Look at him. The fucking Super Bowl.
I think he says motherfucking.
Oh, yeah, huh?
might have. Yeah.
Wait, do it again.
Oh, the league should fine him for that.
They probably will.
Yeah, that's
motherfucking Super Bowl. Motherfucking Super Bowl. He holds the ball.
You know, I know when that went down, I thought it was the field goal kicker at first. I didn't realize it was the guy that was just holding the ball until later on.
He looks like a father that beats his kids.
Yeah. Well, we got Mike Francesa on the line.
What? Oh, wow.
Oh, good.
Thank you, sir. Mikey, congratulations to your Giants. I know you're a big Giants fan and hate the Jets.
Well, I never pick sides here, okay? But the Giants did a fantastic job, okay? First, let me start off by saying it's been a while since I've been on your show, okay? And
it's called resting a bit. You should know about that, Mike.
But this is a perfect spot for you, so
Right.
Mikey, what do you got?
I'd like to accept my nomination of Caller of the Year 2011, okay? It was very nice of you, okay? So I gracefully accept, okay?
Okay.
Okay, Giants, if you remember when I called my picks a few weeks ago, okay, I told you that in this league, you learn from losses and you bounce back. When the 49ers handled the Giants, I said that they were going to bounce back, okay? And that's what you saw after that, okay? So the G-Men, okay, although a gallant effort this weekend, are now facing the Juggernaut, which is the best quarterback in the world, okay? Tom Brady's best quarterback in the world, okay?
In the world.
He didn't play like that yesterday.
Listen, sometimes, you gotta, it's good for the league, okay? I mean, he could go out there and throw touchdowns on the side behind his back, okay, between the legs, okay? Special Liberty play, okay? But for the ratings, okay, you have to let him in, okay? Oh, now, if you want to touch on a topic here, okay, quickly, Joe Pa, okay? We'll move on. We'll stay on the football team here, okay?
Yeah.
Let's not paint this man out to be Gandhi, okay? I think he had cancer all along. He knew that the Sandusky thing was coming. This is a perfect out, okay? And if you ask me, the man may be still alive, okay?
It's going out on a limb.
You never know.
Think about the sensationalism of the story here for a second, okay?
Yeah.
The big city, the big news, okay?
Yeah.
If he comes out after the Super Bowl and he says, I'm alive, okay, and he was sent back here by Father Tebow, okay, I gave him his blessings, and back he comes from the grave, okay? We're talking to the new Tupac, okay? Here he is, it's Joe Pac, okay? Joe Pac, okay?
Can I read some comments?
Yeah.
Still to laugh at this bit. Not funny anymore. He doesn't even sound like Mike anymore.
I disagree with the criticism,
man.
I'm just reading what the people are saying. And click.
I like this bit a lot. I'm just enjoying him talking about anything.
Yes.
Because I hate Francesa so much.
Well, this bit died with Joe Pa.
I happen to like this guy.
They just have to be negative about everything, I guess, huh?
Well, they just don't like it. But
I like this.
But you know what it is? This might not be a good bit if you're not. Excuse me, Mike. If a lot of those might not be New York callers either. So if you're from Boston or you're from San Francisco, maybe I'll name more cities. You don't listen to Francesa, so you don't understand how enraging and fat and awful he is.
Well,
this is a New York bit.
The backlash has been coming for some time, okay? I've been getting some tweets, okay? The kids are not into it anymore, okay? And quite frankly, I don't have any more gas in this bit, okay?
He's funny, man.
I'm a terrible attention whore, okay? And I got nothing else. I got a call. What am I going to do, okay? I'm a one-trick pony. What am I going to do, okay?
What am I going to do, okay?
And they don't like me, okay? And it's very easy, okay?
But they don't like... See, I'm confused because they don't like Mike Francesa either.
Yeah.
So that's why I think it's still a good bit.
Oh, yeah.
Because this is what Mike does every day on his show. He drives his own listeners nuts.
Well, I do have a special guest.
All right, Eric, if you go to weather.com and you put in a story, it says...
Wait a second. October snow?
Go to weather.com and put in a story, and it'll come up 3 inches of snow for Saturday.
Well, we have to look at this. No, I'll look. It's going to snow this Saturday. You can tell me.
This Saturday.
Before Halloween. I've never seen it snow before Halloween. Is that possible? Is it going to be 30 degrees?
Mike, did you say this once?
I've never seen
it's going to be 30 degrees here Saturday? It's got to be 30 to snow.
All right.
I've never seen it snow before Halloween. What am I going to tell you? Sometimes it happens, okay? And I've been hated before, okay? And the callers, they don't like when it's fun, okay? Listen, I got to tweet so many kids. I'm disappointed. One guy tweets me, I'm afraid that your tweets are going downhill. I text back, is that all you're afraid of? Really? Is that all you're afraid of in your life? And good for you. Then you have a nice life. What can I tell you?
I
think you're worried about me.
Yeah.
That's it. You obviously have a troubled life, okay? And I felt a little heat coming from there, but that's okay, okay? Well, for the special treat here, since I'm dying, I got a special guest here, okay?
Uh-oh.
And he's a friend of the show, okay?
Uh-oh.
That you maybe I've had some beef with before, okay? But I'm going to settle the beef here, okay? He's got a little insight on the Pats, and the Giants, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Governor Jesse Ventura.
Okay. He's going to turn around.
I don't know.
Muss his hair and turn back around.
Is fucking Iggy from Taxi there too, and Jack Nicholson? Yeah. But no, I want to hear what Ventura says.
Do you know why that the Patriots have an edge over the Giants? Because an inside source says that they've.
He's like Stockard Channing. Well,
let's eat.
Yeah.
Sirius XM. This is the Opie and Anthony Show.
Come gather round, people, wherever you roam, and admit that the waters around you have grown, and accept it that soon you'll be drenched to the bone. If your time to you is worth saving, then you better start swimming or you'll sink like a stone, for the times they are a-changing. Some writers and critics who prophesize with your pen, and keep your eyes wide, the chance won't come again. And don't speak too soon, for the wheel's still in spin, and there's no telling who that it's naming. Was the loser now will be later to win, for the times they are a-changing.
Getting topical.
Hold up, wait a minute.
With the Sex Man.
Good morning, sexy.
Good morning.
Bob Dylan today, huh?
Yeah.
What do you think, Ann?
It could be Bob Dylan, or it could be the times they are changing.
Well, the old E-Rock would have played Dylan because it's his birthday, but it's not Bob Dylan's birthday, because we told him to go deeper and get a little more clever. The times they are changing.
X amount of years ago, this song was released.
No, we told him not to do that anymore.
No, we don't. We told him we want something.
No, he's got to get a little more clever.
Yeah. You're a little clever there.
The harmonica was invented on a certain date.
Oh, that's a good one.
No.
Then don't criticize what you can't understand. Your sons and your daughters are beyond your command.
I have no idea.
Is there anything? There's nothing on the sheet that fits this.
Man accused of domestic abuse claims a ghost gave his wife all those bruises.
That's got to be it.
Is that it?
No, that's not it.
Damn it!
I thought that was it.
Wow. Is this for Seal and Heidi Klum?
No.
Because they're getting a divorce.
Aww. Aww. God bless him.
Yeah. Good luck with that.
Oof. Well, I would love to just fucking bang her and have her tell me how much better of a fuck he was.
Vietnam ended?
Oh, well.
Well, close.
Started.
39 years ago today, President Nixon announced they've reached an end to the Vietnam War.
What happened?
Reached an end to the Vietnam War.
I was born before that. Wait, what?
That's what it is?
Mm-hmm.
So why'd you play that?
Because it's from the period.
And
no, it's
times
really not.
changing.
That's a lot earlier than the end of the war. That would have been the beginning of the war. The end of the war, it would have been better to do like
there were no end of the war songs yet.
Well,
there's a good tune by I Am Butterfly called "The War Is Over, Duda."
Or
you didn't like that one, huh?
No, the time periods don't jibe.
The times they are changing.
Yeah, exactly. Why don't you play Beethoven? Because he was deaf, and then we will feel deaf after the war.
When you played a song with maybe the word "end" in it.
Yeah.
This is the end.
This is the end, and then that's got Vietnam in it because it was used in Apocalypse Now, and the end. That's it, man. Yeah, that's it.
The times they are changing.
Oh no.
Boo.
It was more like early 60s, kind of like he noticed the times they were a-changing.
Around him.
And starting to be like the Vietnam War and the 60s movements and everything.
And hippies.
Like, the change from the 50s kind of Leave It to Beaver mentality to, the hippie thing.
Yeah, I
That's
think
terrible.
E-Rock, your history.
I think it's another bad one, E-Rock.
Your history, not...
In all fairness, I think it's another bad one.
Oh, well, there's always tomorrow.
I thought you were going to go with something like, isn't this the anniversary of Hulk Hogan beating the Iron Sheik, or the Iron Sheik beating Hulk Hogan, or some WrestleMania thing at Madison Square Garden? I think it is.
Is it?
I think it is. That song was released in January of 64.
64.
64. We just were kind of really getting into it.
11 years off.
We were really starting to dig our feet in.
Yeah. The advisors were being supplemented with actual troops, and
McNamara was scaring the shit out of the president. Now, you control McNamara, you control Kennedy.
What about a coming home song? Griff,
Yeah.
By Skinner, I'm coming home.
That's it.
What?
Coming Home by Leonard Skinner. Da, 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 da.
Yeah, something about home, something about leaving, something about the end.
How about you play that, Coming Home? It's a good one.
Times they are changing is a little vague.
You know.
They're changing.
They're
changing.
The Iron Sheik. What does it say? January 23rd? What's today's date?
23rd.
Yeah, there you go. Hogan won his first WWF championship.
Hulkamania started
pinning
on this
the Iron
day.
Sheik. Hulkamania started on this day. Oh, E-Rock. Oh, now that's... If you would have played this, it would have been like, all right, it has to do with the guy,
right?
But it's not the band or anything. It's that, and it has to do with Hulkamania.
And had I played this, you would have said the Vietnam War came to an agreement to end. What about Jay-Z's club shutting down?
No, we would have kind of had to give you this one.
No, this one we would have had to give you.
I think this one we would have had to give you.
Hulk Hogan.
No, why? Because you didn't.
Real American. What's the matter, Jimmy? You don't like it? This is great.
What do you mean? What do you mean? What song is this? This is whole song.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, would he do the dance?
Oh, yeah, he would do that whole thing.
What was he trying to hear? His wife filing for divorce?
And then he would...
Would people go nuts?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
People
this
just go batshit.
Hulkamania.
His first WWF championship.
First
on this
WWF
day.
championship on this day in what, 1984? 4. That's craziness that E-Rock missed this one. You dropped the ball, my friend.
Well, I apologize, but, Sam also could have brought that to my attention.
Oh!
It's not called
Blame Sam.
Yeah, because it's getting topical with the Sex Man and Sam. It's the Sex Man's job.
That's true. You can't blame your name's
Plus,
on the marquee.
Hulk Hogan, you're the number one Hulkamaniac. Hulk Hogan's not my hero.
He's your number one hero.
Yeah, you wanted to sit in an empty seat at Wembley.
Wembley!
This is your bit.
It's your thing.
Man.
I say we give E-Rock another chance at his bit.
Yeah.
After the next break. Coming back from the next break.
All right.
Yeah,
Let's
exactly.
let's see if you've learned anything.
Getting topical with shithead.
The times they are changing was that's a stretch.
Stunk.
Yeah.
That's a
I
stretch.
think it was fantastic.
It was
That was
awful.
terrible.
Really bad.
No,
This is the better. The Hulkamaniac.
Think if it says Vietnam War ends, then you right away. All right, end. Let's go with end, and then you try to find something.
This is
with
the
that.
end.
Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun. Yeah.
Oh,
thank you, Kenny.
I've never wanted to knock something out of someone's hand so badly.
No,
It's
I've
that
been waiting for this.
plate of
Ow.
Kenny's Pop-Tarts.
Low snap. The kick is good. And the Giants are going back to the Super Bowl.
Boring call, by the way. That's a boring fucking call right
and
there.
the Giant. Yeah.
That's a boring call.
That was a little Dullsville.
And Sam did a little research. I guess Jets fans are going for the Giants on all the boards, huh?
Yep.
Oh.
I know. It's a tough spot, though, man.
You
Come on.
You cannot go with the Pats.
I am going with the Pats.
I mean, I use the collective you.
How about, you're right, though. We got to find Jets fans that lived in Boston for a period of time and
Right.
see what they're going for.
Some kind of connection.
Yeah, mine makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah. We used to go there. Foxborough.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
For many things.
So I see the connection, but, I mean...
What did
York now.
What did Kraft's son want us for? I forget now. Was it lacrosse? What was it?
What
were we doing up there?
I don't even know.
Was it soccer?
Showed us everything.
Yeah, he did.
I think it was that
fucking hog. Oh, you weren't
I think
privy
it
to
might
that
have been
part
the
of the
soccer
tour
thing. Yeah, it must have been soccer.
I don't know. Were they bringing soccer to Foxborough? Because they wanted us bad.
Yeah.
And Bob Kraft Jr. was. Is it Bob Kraft Jr.? I don't even remember anymore. Or Jonathan Kraft, right?
Right till
Jonathan Kraft.
Right till we got thrown out.
He was. He was an all right guy, man.
Yeah.
I think it was when they brought soccer to Boston.
I like them guys. I got no
I don't
qualms about them, but I certainly am not going to root for the Pats.
We did many a gig in that parking lot. Oof.
Yeah.
Live broadcast from Foxborough.
I got to have a fucking Super Bowl party.
You do?
I have a Super Bowl party now. Because, I got my aunts, uncles, and all that shit, and they're all giant fans.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Fucking crazy-ass Giant fans in my family.
What is the
So
Super
what happened
Bowl?
to you?
I don't know. The whole
It's gay.
football thing's just, yeah, that helps, but I don't know.
How did you not get swept away in the Giants thing?
I don't know. I really don't know. But I just didn't.
You never really got into football.
Never really got into football. I like it. I like when it's very important games.
I love football.
Like that. It was fun watching last night. You're either in the Super Bowl or you're not. That's kind of, pressure.
Pretty exciting, right?
Like that.
And both games coming down to a field goal.
Yeah.
That's all right.
There have been some games this year that were, a lot of fucking, clinchers right at the end.
It was a real good season for football. Yeah. Really good season.
Even though I didn't watch, I just knew from the highlights.
Not good. Not good for my Jets, but.
So, how do you think Tebow's going to do in the Super Bowl?
Oh, boy.
Oh, wait. What happened?
You could joke all you want, but Tebow had an amazing year for those Broncos.
Well, he did.
He wasn't
but
supposed to do shit.
No one's talking about Tebow anymore.
Exactly. Thank God.
But they're already saying he's going to be the starting quarterback next year.
Ooh.
He's going to get his ass handed to him.
He's a decent quarterback, but he's not. It was just the story. If he wasn't kneeling and fucking marrying himself to Christ publicly after every play, nobody would give a fuck about Tebow.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had a nice little run, but that's it.
But that's the guy. I don't think he's forcing it. I think that's just the guy.
I'm sure that is
I think
him.
he was just brought up that way.
So awful.
Just one of those guys.
I'm going to give you that.
Could someone explain the video that keeps showing on Fox News? It looks like it's a mountain bike guy on the edge of a fucking cliff. Is that motocross or a mountain bike? Does anyone know the story behind this? They're showing it over and over again, so it's some kind of viral video that hit today. Do we know yet?
I don't know. It's a helmet cam of some guy just.
It looks
going
like
on
he's
a
got-
ridge. It looks crazy. It looks like if he fell, he would absolutely die.
It looks like he's riding either a mountain bike. Is it a mountain bike, Ant? Can you tell? No, it's a dirt.
I think that's a fucking.
It's a
real.
dirt bike.
It's a motocross bike, right?
You think that's bullshit or true?
No, that's
looks
true.
very real.
But he's got one of those GoPro cameras on his helmet, and it honestly it looks like he's riding his bike on like a 2x4.
Yeah, I see all the tracks, so he's not the first guy to do it. So
That's pretty fucked up, though.
yeah, it is. Thrill seeker.
Wow,
He's
Jesus
a
Christ.
thrill seeker.
That's like the top of the mountain ridge.
Yeah.
Indian guy?
Yes.
I do remember. Now, can you spell it?
All right, we just missed it. You'll see it for yourself.
Oh,
It's
there it is,
everywhere
yeah.
today.
Let me see it.
Probably just see a wah, wah.
It's called Insane Mountain Riding on YouTube.
He's right on the ridge, the pointy ridge.
He's going fast, too.
But what makes this insane, it's ice and snow on top of the fact that he doesn't have much room for error.
He has no room for error. If he falls, he is a dead
Whoa,
man.
and he's sliding around. That's hilarious. This guy's nuts. What?
Get the fuck out of
Wow. Yeah, that's a big drop off, huh?
That's crazy.
How about to the right, though? Would he just slide down or would he be dead?
I don't know.
I think I think both sides.
Whoa, hey, he skirted that fucking crevasse.
Well, it's ice and snow.
This doesn't make sense to me.
What do you call that? Is it a ridge officially?
Yeah, that's like a ridge.
It's a top fucking point.
It's very pointy.
Right. It's incredibly steep to the right and left of him. The room for his bike, it can't be more than 6 inches across, 8 inches across, maybe.
Yeah, at times it's just
less than a foot, I would say, right?
This looks fake.
Whoa!
Nah, it's not fake. That's the GoPro camera. That's how that shit looks. I was taking a look.
He's just looking around like,
yeah, man, look at what I did.
Badass. Shuts his bike off and
that
just
video's
fucking
everywhere too.
Wacko.
I just showing my face though because people are gonna be like, yeah, that's me.
It's called insane mountain riding.
He's probably walking with a fake bike front on, and then just dubbed in.
No, he's just good at doing those noises. That's his thing.
That's his,
that would be great.
Or that's just what we all hear when women speak.
He's just got the front forks in his hand.
Yeah.
And he's just running with it. That's fucking
and he's fucking speeding up the video.
This guy is on the line. He just hung up, though. I'm a Giants fan. I live up here in Boston. Pats fans are already talking shit.
Oh, well.
Well, of course. What are you supposed to do?
That's what they do.
Wait till Thursday?
Yeah.
It's on.
When is the Super Bowl?
2 weeks. Mm-hmm. You got the dumb Pro Bowl this weekend.
That's so dumb.
No one gives a fuck.
Who cares?
It's the dumbest thing ever.
Yeah.
And now they do it. They do it, a week before the Super Bowl to keep your interest up.
It used to be after the Super Bowl.
But the fact is, you got the two teams that have some amazing star players would be in that game if they weren't getting ready for the Super Bowl.
Yeah, Tom Brady's going to play in the Pro Bowl?
Can you imagine? Hey, man, I wanted to go to Hawaii. It's just stupid. Why would you do that? I guess no one was watching after the Super Bowl, so they're hoping, to keep an audience.
No one cares about the Pro Bowl in football. Nobody gives a fuck.
Before or after the Super Bowl.
No.
Do we know anything about Tracy Morgan? Because he collapsed. That's breaking news. At Sundance, I think it was.
Was it last night or today?
Huh?
It was last night.
He's diabetic, so I'm hoping it's nothing terrible, man.
Supposedly he collapsed. Not much info yet. The news is starting to pick up on it. He collapsed out there in Sundance, unconscious. Tracy Morgan update, rushed to hospital at Sundance.
Yeah.
At Sundance after falling unconscious. I needed you there, Sam.
It's the same thing you just said.
Let me see.
Well, I wasn't
Is there
sure.
no news updates?
No, not yet.
Oh.
He appeared extremely intoxicated.
See, they're trying to kill Tyler for that. It wasn't. It was just there.
All right, he appeared extremely intoxicated during
Tracy?
his award acceptance speech. Yeah. We're told Tracy was escorted out of the building soon after his speech and fell unconscious outside the building.
Maybe he passed out.
Yeah.
Maybe a little too much partying.
Maybe.
We'll find out. We'll get our sources on that immediately.
We don't really have any.
Yeah, we do. Microphones, sir. Microphones. If we say it, it's true.
Exactly.
The Italian cruise thing. You hear the latest?
What now?
If you were on the cruise ship that did that whole tilt thing, what are they up to? Over 30 people that died, something like that?
Is that what it is?
I think so.
I don't know if it was that many.
Oh, no, not 30. There were still 28 missing. What are the numbers officially?
30 is the number, the percentage.
Huh?
That's the percent.
They found another woman somewhere in the ship with her life jacket still on, just kind of floating around dead.
Jimmy's right, though. The 30 is, if you were on that ship that capsized and tilted over, the cruise line is going to offer you 30% off on your next cruise with them.
That's nice. What a set of balls.
30. What do you think would be the right percentage to offer?
Free.
100 for life.
No,
free.
you're getting this one. Do you think they should all be offered a free cruise?
Yes.
Free cruise for life.
Because just one free cruise. Most of these people would never take them up on it. They'd be like, fuck that.
You get this one, the money back, and a free cruise after.
Right.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, most of the people wouldn't do that. They're they're fucking scared now.
But what a typical
30%
scumbag company move to make. You wonder why people sue companies?
Right. Jimmy, you're talking about getting back the money from this cruise. They're not even going to do that and don't have to.
Yeah.
There's a maritime law, and the tickets that people buy, you literally sign a contract, which says that you can't sue them. All these boats are foreign flagged, so even in the United States, you can't just go to a U.S. court with a lawyer, a nice scumbaggy American lawyer that'll sue. You're done. You can't get anything.
But they are going to sue in Italy and the U.S.
$130 you get for your belongings. I think that's how much they allot for it. And you cannot sue them. You can't sue them.
They are suing, though, and also they're saying they are offering full refunds for this cruise. Because I think Carnival is the parent company.
Yeah, and they don't want to get all shitted on.
But to offer 30%, that's just an insult.
It's disgusting, but it's just a typical big company scumbag move.
It's an insult. Most people wouldn't take you up on that. They don't want to go on another
The boat
cruise ship.
sank.
Right. Most people would say, fuck that.
A free cruise plus your money back is, because they're not all going to take it at the same time anyway, is a real show of, at least we're trying to do something.
A real show of, I think we fucked up.
Yeah.
The fucking boat went down.
Yeah. You see the latest pictures, how close it was to shore?
Oh, yeah.
It was right the fuck there.
Right there.
By the way, I want to thank Kevin from Philly. He's right. Tracy, diabetic, he would have looked intoxicated if he was, that sugar level was dropping.
That's true.
Heading into a diabetic coma. A lot of these, a lot of people that have diabetes deal with this all the fucking time, man.
Yeah. So, but knowing Tracy, he might have been intoxicated.
Well,
he was intoxicated. Who knows?
Which isn't the best thing to do if you are a diabetic.
No.
The drinking is not a good thing to do.
A 9.
It's good how we're putting on brave faces today and trying to get the last, but let's be honest, we're all in grief.
Over the Joe Pot thing?
Joe Pot. I saw your tweets, Jimmy, and they were heartbreaking. They were heartbreaking. You, one of the few people that actually were supporting Joe Pa.
I felt it was appropriate in his time of grief.
Because he was a mainstay there at Penn State, and it was about football, not about any controversy. I don't even want to bring it up because it's an insult to the memory of Joe Pa to bring up. The fact that one of his underlings were fucking a 10-year-old boy in the ass in the shower.
Did you unfollow me?
What?
Yeah, I think you unfollowed me.
I unfollowed you. Yeah,
I took on the Joe Paws too.
I can't be party to that. No.
I took on the Joe Paws. Fucking idiots out there. They're just idiots.
Yeah,
they really are. He had a great career as a football coach, but he failed as a human being, and people just don't want to fucking deal with that. They don't want to fucking deal with that.
It's amazing how defensive people get.
He failed.
Yeah,
he did. He either did. These are your two options. He either did nothing or the bare minimum and allowed shit to continue.
He did what he had to do as far as his obligation. It's almost he covered the bases.
Right.
From what Sandusky says, and this might be false, that Joe Paterno didn't ever talk to him about the charges. So this isn't like he heard that. This is why I hate this guy. And I feel bad for his family because they lost him, but it wasn't like a 10-year-old said, hey, this happened, and then you have a kid's word against it. Another adult independently came and said, I saw him fucking a kid.
Right. Yeah.
And Paterno did the minimum. It's like I'm sorry, the guy's a scumbag for doing the minimum. Yeah. I'm tired of these dummies because he was a good football coach standing around his statue. But meanwhile, if Michael Richards showed up at a college, they would boo him because he dropped N-bombs at the Laugh Factory. Fucking dummies.
Well, a lot of people would argue that he did a lot of good in his 40 to 50 years.
I'm sure he was terrific.
But the problem is this was a biggie. This was a biggie and went unnoticed for, over a decade easily, right?
Do you know if Sandusky was found that he had embezzled money from the college? They would have his picture up. Do not ever allow this man even near. It would have been. Everybody would have been like, well, that's scumbag. Yep. And just the fact that would be a bigger thing than fucking a child.
Right.
It's just amazing.
When you get info like that, everything has to stop.
Yeah.
You don't just do the bare minimum if you believe that even. I question that.
I think
then you continue with football practice like nothing is going on. Everything has to stop.
Still interacting with this.
Right.
Still interacting with this guy.
Right.
Are you sexually attracted to children?
I
love that answer.
Yeah, I enjoy young people. I like patting their legs.
Right?
Appropriate.
Did you mean to just yell no, though? When I asked that question? Before the question was out, did you mean to just yell, oh my God, no?
No. No. Yeah, no, to answer your question, not really.
As soon as you are aware of the question, you say no, even before the guy finishes the question.
That was hilarious.
Oh, wait, I know this has to be no.
Right.
You're right.
What a tool. Yeah, well, people are up in arms. They don't like the fucking abuse he's taking.
I don't know about that.
Twitterverse.
I don't know.
I got 95% support for smashing him and making fun of him.
I'm with Jimmy. I was watching the situation closely yesterday. Yeah, you got
what did
people,
he have to do with it?
You got people coming out of the woodwork, and they want me dead. But in general, overwhelmingly, people like right on. Because the mainstream media wasn't touching this. They're just like, oh, he was a legend, and we should look at that, and blah, 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 blah.
You also got to look at it realistically, that the people that are supporting you are the people that look at your tweets and the people that are following you. And then the other people kind of have to find you because they're following certain keywords and stuff like that. So they're the ones that don't like you and don't support you. There are a lot less of them available to your tweets.
When I started tweeting the Joe Pa stuff, I lost immediately over 200 people, and by the end of the day, I gained an extra 300 to 400.
Oh wow!
So I gained 200 yesterday. Lost 200, gained 400, and the people coming in were hearing about it from elsewhere.
Yeah.
So they weren't even like fans of the show. They were like, "Holy shit, this guy is tweeting some shit." And then they're writing, I fully support the jokes you're making and your stance on this whole fucking thing.
A lot of times people...
Jimmy's right. Most people were right on.
Someone retweets you, and they read it, and they're not looking for you, but then they come and make a remark.
Yeah. There were some, there were some good ones that I was reading last night. People just angry and not making sense. He's the face of Penn State football. Who gives a shit at that point?
I could care less about anybody upset by the Joe Pa. I literally, it's an impossibility for me to be concerned less about their feelings.
That chick you called Frederica Bimmelface? I was cracking up. And then I looked at her tweets. She had a picture of her and some other fat chick in a bar T-bowing, and the bar looked like the shittiest fucking local gin mill bar rag hangout bitch bar.
And she twittered something like, so-and-so's die, but legends live forever. They don't live forever. They get lung cancer when they don't report ass-fucking in a shower with a 10-year-old. Sorry.
Yeah, the good Lord really took it quickly. He scooped that one up quickly.
We predicted, I think, specifically Anthony predicted his death.
Well, of course.
You got that clip? This is from November, I think?
November 10th.
November 10th, this is what we said. That was him outside his home.
I give him 6 months.
Oh, really? Really? Going on record?
I give him 6 months.
Yeah.
This is really stressful for someone in their 80s.
Mm-hmm.
And him to just sit there with that wife of his doesn't look like a load of fun either.
Wow.
Well,
it was about 3 months. So.
I gave him 6.
November 10th, 2.5 months ago, that was.
Yeah, about the doctor, he told you I've got 3 months to live. The guy said, I can't pay my bill. He gave me an extra 3 months.
We nailed the Joe Pa and the Andy Rooney.
Yeah.
I know they were older guys, but we said Andy Rooney, we said within a year as well.
And I think was my prediction before the news came out about his cancer?
Oh, yeah.
Cancer.
Yeah, that only came out not too long ago.
I'm a busy guy. Yeah.
So, Joe Pa. Yeah. Why don't we go to an alumni, a Penn State alumni?
All righty.
Joe in Pennsylvania. Joe.
I love Jimmy's college football song.
Oh, it's so stupid. They'll get rallied up. Hey, we're going to root for our university. Gives a fuck. Drums, horns. Boo.
Boo. All right there, sir. What's your Penn State alumni, eh?
That's right. I just want to share with you guys, I got an email from Penn State and the alumni newswire.
Yeah.
And it just wanted to share with you. It says, legendary Penn State football coach passed away, coming from the president. And it just talks about grieving the loss of a man who has made us a greater university. His dedication to his players and success on the field and his legendary commitment to education is unmatched. His life, work, and generosity will always be remembered, and the university plans to honor him for his many contributions and his remarkable life and legacy. So I just found that an intriguing way to say his years at Penn State.
But they don't touch on the kid fucking scandal at all, huh?
No.
Oh, no.
As an alumni, I think he could handle that.
No.
Look, it's a shame, you know. He had an incredible legacy that got all fucked up in the end.
If he would have died a little sooner.
Many contributions.
Oh, if he died a little sooner, they wouldn't be praising him on TV. Just enough time went by where they're like, okay, now we can look at him as that great football coach.
Right. All his remarkable things that he's done as a human being. Let's remember him today.
Yeah, I hear he did a lot of good, but the problem is, man, this is a biggie that he really didn't do much about.
Hey, John Wayne Gacy painted.
Yeah, exactly. So did Hitler. Wonderful art.
Yeah, Hitler. Watch those painters.
And this is not a case of steroid use where you go, you know what, he looked the other way, which you could forgive him for.
And you could say, well, it's the culture, you know. Teams are trying to get away with as much as they can. Some get caught and some don't.
Or a sexual misconduct by a player alleged by a woman or female, like an adult.
Like sexual misconduct.
This is one of those things. Those are things you can kind of go like, all right, he made a bad move. But with this one, and I'm not being holy. Someone said I was being holier than thou. With the fucking kids annoy me. But when you're fucking a kid, you got to go, man. And he didn't do what he's supposed to do. So tough shit about his legacy. And it's great that he did all these nice things. But and even listening to his self-serving fucking press conferences, that doddering idiot.
Yeah.
You know, I've had some good years. Who gives a shit, really, that you've had good years? When you heard something that horrific was happening, you stuck your fucking stupid old man face in the sand.
Right.
You worried about the Penn State football program and your legacy.
Right.
He should have went to the cops, or at least went to Sandusky and said, what the fuck are you doing?
Right.
Is this real?
And he was so powerful there, he could have got a lot done.
He absolutely could have.
You're talking about how powerful this guy was, and he's basically the face of the university.
Yeah, fuck
if
him,
he would have spoke up a lot more, this whole thing would have been shut down.
Well, the football program was much more important.
Yeah, well, that's what it comes down to, but no one wants to talk about that. They had a lot to lose, so it's like, all right, let's try to hide as much of this shit as possible. And I guess he understood that too. But as a man, tough shit.
Yeah.
That's not even a tough position to be in. You just have to speak up.
The tough position is the hands against that shower wall.
Yeah, exactly.
That apparently is the tough position, with the sound of the thwack, thwack, thwack of old man balls slapping on young buttock.
Know who was praising him? I was watching some of those political shows over the weekend. Jesse Jackson.
Oh, I thought it was Jesse the Body.
Jesse Jackson
was
he called praising him before he said what he had to say.
Really?
About the,
Why was he praising him?
Huh? He was a great man. I'm sure it's online somewhere. He was a great man.
Jesse Jackson. How irrelevant is that guy in this day and age?
TV still.
How fucking irrelevant is he?
Why can't people talk about this honestly? Jesse Jackson praising him without and ignoring, the elephant in the room, as we like to say.
Uh-huh.
I mean, you're a preacher, right? You probably could say something about that.
He's not a fucking preacher. All that phony preacher shit. He's a self-serving fucking wannabe politician.
Let's go to Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh, what's up, buddy?
Uh-huh.
Hey, I got to call Jimmy out, man. Him and his fucking hypocritical shit. Fucking Uncle Paul.
Yes, it's a bit, sir.
Oh, is that all it is, Jimmy? Is it?
Yeah.
All right, whatever. And fucking bullshit, Jimmy, and you know it.
What's the hypocritical bit? I'm not sure.
You're not even
bothered by
explaining
that.
yourself, Andy.
See,
If
there's
you're
not
mad-
really a child being victimized here in the studio.
Yeah, I'm not knocking, dude. I'm not knocking someone for making fun of pedophiles or doing tasteless humor. That would make me a hypocrite.
No, Jimmy, but you're trivializing it. You don't have kids. If you had kids, you'd be making pedophile jokes.
But I've had friends die of AIDS, and I make fun of that. I've had friends and family die of cancer, and I make fun of that. There's no subject I won't make fun of, so you're wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think so.
You don't have to. I'm telling you. What you think is not.
But the thing is, you want to ignore everything, all the good he's done, but then over this thing, you think he's a piece of shit.
But it's not just
Yes, he
over
is a
this
piece of shit.
thing. It's way more than just this thing. It went on for a decade, right, sir?
Yeah.
And he knew that. And he also knew the guy was still around the university.
And I don't think
even after he supposedly did what he was supposed to.
Should have been fucking exiled.
And I don't think that
he should have
belongs
fucking
in
used
jail.
his power to get Jerry Sandusky far away from the university to begin with.
Yeah, you have.
He fucked up his legacy. It's a real shame because I guess
fault.
he did do a lot of good up there, but he also did a lot of bad. But no one wants to fucking point that out. I guess.
Yeah.
You're talking about innocent children.
You got a point. Love the show.
Oh,
thank you.
You don't have to.
He's got to love the show. Yes.
You're talking about innocent children. He was completely aware it continued after that.
Yeah.
And completely aware they barely did anything to Sandusky. That's a shame. It certainly is a shame.
Yeah, not going to the police when you hear that shit. Going to this fucking college board members and think that's not the real world. Like, I don't even consider that whole thing with the college where they got like the dean and the president and this guy. That's not the real world.
No.
That's in their little thing. When a crime happens, they don't handle it internally. Go to the fucking real police.
Yeah.
So he goes to the real jail. That's ridiculous.
Not the fake university.
Fake university jail.
Which is the showers, I guess.
Yeah, the showers. Well, yeah, that seems to be.
And by the way, let's be honest. He only won 2 championships.
Yeah.
He only won 2.
That's it?
He was there almost 50 years. Is that impressive, really?
No.
Oh,
It's going to piss off a lot of people.
It's 1 in 25.
Every 25 years, you win a
sucks.
championship?
Every quarter century.
Sucked.
Right. Really?
He's only won 2 more than me.
Right. He started his coaching career right around the time the Beatles landed in America and only got 2. And was coaching up until what? October? November?
Yeah. Ironic that his lungs wound up looking like 2 footballs. See? Brown. Hard. All right. Settle down, people.
Let's go to Al. Al.
Hey guys, that guy is a total asshole. For all the Joe Paterno did 1,000 great things for Penn State. It's the one fucking thing he didn't do that ruins his legacy forever. I mean, how these people can praise him and go there and do stand by a statue and light candles and he totally shit the bed. He donated $4 million. He didn't do the right fucking thing. Is what it is.
And there's something even more important going on with your phone calls, sir. Just bear with me. Stay in the line. I know there's plenty of you guys out there that, think Joe Paterno really fucked up in this situation. But I really want to hear from the people that are supporting Joe Pa.
Yeah.
Because I really want to get into their mindset. What does it say on the screen? Al, that's you, right, Al?
Yes.
From Maryland, supporting Joe Pa.
Supporting Joe Pa.
No. The phone caller is wrong.
This couldn't be more wrong.
Oh, my
I
God.
have no support for that guy at all.
Who answered the phone?
Who did it?
Who's on phones?
That would be Paul.
And what was it?
Paul.
Oh, Paul. You got it completely opposite.
Oh,
I've never supported Joe Paterno ever, even before he found out he fucked up.
Look, we could take 100 of these phone calls where you think Joe Pa didn't do the right thing. I really want to hear from the people that are supporting him and why.
Yeah.
I can handle it. As a show, we can handle it. I want to see where your heads are at.
I hope so. I'm a little nervous.
Where are they? There's thousands of them out there, but they'll be on the social media posting how great, this and that. Call it up. You just put it out there. Here's your forum. Let's see how much the phones light up.
Go and support this asshole.
All right, thank you, brother.
Yeah.
We got Joe Paterno's last interview. He said he didn't understand how a little boy could be raped.
Yeah.
Is that true?
I guess not.
How does Jimmy feel about Roman Polanski with him being an actor?
I've smashed Roman Polanski, and I've smashed the way fucking Hollywood lines up to work with him, and they refuse to criticize him. I don't think he's as bad. I mean, a 13-year-old girl is bad. You know, it's
she was at the party.
Some of the boys were 13 years old, Jimmy.
Yeah, I guess because I guess I can relate to that more. I guess a girl over a boy. I don't know. It's terrible. I do think that he should be fucking blacklisted, even though he's a brilliant director. But it annoys me the way Hollywood won't rally around Mel Gibson. And it's only because he used the word nigger. That's why Mel Gibson. It's nothing to do with domestic violence or yelling, because Chris Brown beat the shit out of Rihanna and nobody gives a fuck. It's because he said nigger and he bashed Jews, because he was racist.
Right.
That's why Mel Gibson's in big trouble. And he's in trouble. No one defends this guy. Roman Polanski fucked a 13-year-old in the ass after drugging her, and they fly over to work with him.
Mm-hmm. That's pretty bad.
Yeah, of course it is. So it's like they're fucking kind of repugnant as well.
And that's true.
But people have a weird thing with him because they know Sharon Tate was his wife and she was slaughtered.
Yeah, maybe, he
went
was
off
able
the deep end,
to
or
heal himself by having sex with a fucking
I mean,
kid.
I don't know. Not that, but like, did he go off the deep end or just fucking... Who knows? I mean, it's a one-time thing. I mean, maybe that's why people are able to look at him a little differently. But I think he's awful, dude.
All right, let me. This guy might be lying, so who knows? It's the only one, though. Everyone else is in agreement with what we're saying today. Ryan, what do you got, buddy?
Yellow.
Oh, Paul.
Oh, Paul.
CR52. Welcome to iWireless.
Oh.
The customer you have dialed is not available.
We didn't dial him.
Outside the company.
I didn't dial no one.
Try your call again later.
Traveled outside the calling.
CR52.
CR52, write that down. Message CR.
Paul's not doing a good job.
Oh, you know what?
Shitting.
No.
Let's go to Dominic in Columbus. Dominic.
All right.
The Dahmer. Always the Dahmer.
Hey, man.
Hey, good morning, gentlemen. How are you?
Hi, Dom.
All right.
Hey, one thing I'm curious about, how come this McQuarrie guy that saw Sandusky and the actual rape occur, how come he didn't step up and, accost Sandusky? And he's like being totally removed from the equation. I mean, if that was me, I certainly would have did something.
He's a fucking pussy. He worried more about his football career as well.
Yeah, that guy's another asshole. Although he wasn't in that authority figure.
Yeah. Low man on the totem pole. And I think they can't fire him because of the whistleblower law. Like, when you blow the whistle about something, it's really hard for a company to get rid of you because
but another guy that
some name for a kid, Whistle.
If that doesn't...
Oh, now.
If that doesn't show you the culture of football at that university, the football culture. Another guy that did the bare minimum.
Yeah.
Everyone was just scared. So they allowed some shit to go down.
Yeah. Joe Pa. Just hate that whole thing. Like he's fucking, the father figure. Yeesh.
All right, this guy is Ryan again. Ryan, are you supporting Joe Pa and why?
I'm on, don't listen.
It's administration that has the problem. Half of them are still there.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's a good point, too.
Yeah. He reports it to them. They report it to the police. Yeah, it's a little late. He reports it to the police. And the detective that took the case is dead now. His computer's missing. And nobody reports that.
But you know that Paterno didn't do morally what he should have done. He was in the position.
He reported to the administration.
All right,
dude,
Ryan,
the administration.
Let's slow you down. He reports it. Hold on. Let's slow you down. He reports it to the administration, right? Then goes about his business and realizes, I don't know, maybe a week later, maybe a couple months later, holy shit, nothing has changed.
Yeah.
How do you live with yourself?
McQuarrie's the problem. McQuarrie's the one that saw it.
Wow, I don't understand that.
So wait,
he wasn't answering,
I just don't understand this.
Well, let me ask you a question. So on that campus, a crime, like, no amount of power can save you from pedophilia ruining you. So you're telling me on that campus, the allegations that a guy was fucking a 13-year-old in the ass should be reported by you to your administrator and not to the police?
I'm telling you that if you're the one that saw it, you should take it to the police and not to the coach.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, but he took it to the coach, so now the coach has to take it to the police.
Okay.
Don't you get that part of it?
But because McQuarrie didn't go to the police, We're not talking about McQuarrie. We're talking about Paterno, who is much more powerful. And
you act like he's the one in the shower raping this kid.
No, I didn't. I'm acting like
exactly what you're asking.
No, Sandusky is the worst in this whole situation.
Nah, you dumb Penn State guys who just want to worship this guy. Here's the reality: he didn't do what he should have done. Tough shit about his legacy. I'm sure he was a good man. I'm sure he did a lot of great things for that part of that school. But when it came down, he thought and he chose the fucking Penn State football program. He knew that a scandal of this magnitude would rock the university, and he chose to fucking handle it quietly.
Right.
It's for the administration, so why don't you blame them?
I'm not blaming them. Stay on him. Stop deflecting.
You put it all on Paterno. Paterno's the one that got fired.
No, I'm only talking about Paterno because he's the one who died.
Yeah, we haven't even talked about this in months, but because he died, we're bringing it up again.
And there's not a statue of the administration outside.
McQuarrie sucks. Jerry Sandusky's the worst human being in this whole situation. And, of course, the nameless, faceless administration guys are
and those
horrible,
administration guys that didn't do anything. Why wouldn't he look at that and like Jimmy said, 2-3 months later, go, hey, what's happening with this kid? Why is this guy still walking around?
Right.
Why haven't you? What?
Why would you desecrate a guy's legacy after he dies?
Who gives a fuck about his legacy?
We're giving 8 to 10 reasons why.
About his legacy?
And first of all, we didn't wait till he died. By the way, this is the exact same conversation we had when it all went down.
How old a guy?
When
he
was still alive.
How old a guy are you?
Me, I'm 28.
Turn down your fucking radio.
Turn down your radio, bro. We're trying to talk to you, but you can't with the radio on. It makes it distracting.
Don't worry, you're on the air.
So you're 28 years old. Where'd you go to school?
Mizzou.
Where's that?
University of Missouri.
Oh, okay. Do you have any kids?
I do not.
All right.
Nephew.
I was going to ask if you had a kid. How would you feel? Like, would you be happy with the way he reacted? But you keep pointing at hold on, bro. You keep saying that we're not attacking the administration. They're shit too. McQuarrie, he's in a weird position where he can't be fired. But the reality is, just talking about Paterno, I didn't say the whole thing's his fault. He's the one who died. He's the one being called a legend. He's the one being focused on at this moment. He didn't do what he should have done, and you know that.
Sure. He could have done more.
Then that's all you need to say.
That's
when
what
it comes to a kid being fucked in the ass, that's enough. He should have done more. Is enough to go. His legacy doesn't matter.
Sure, and if it was me, I would have reported it. You know, I'm a nurse. It's mandatory reporting. We have to. We're healthcare.
But why do you?
I'm also saying you have to support the guy's legacy.
No, I don't give a shit about his legacy. His legacy is doesn't mean anything to me because I'm sure he did.
To the thousands of kids that he got through college that have degrees now that have went on to the NFL.
Absolutely,
dude. Kids were being kids were being fucked under his watch.
Yeah,
that kind of wipes out pretty much your life.
Yeah,
unfortunately. And I love the people that try to attack. They try to attack me like, oh, I guess you're morally perfect. No, none of us are. But this goes way beyond that shit.
This goes beyond a moral imperfection, and he did do a lot of great things, and great. But the bottom line is, he dropped the ball so badly, and it was like this continued. This wasn't something that happened, and this didn't happen 2 weeks ago. This was years later, and he saw Sandusky around campus. He knew, dude. He's not a dumb guy. He knew.
Guess you just have to disagree on this. I mean,
okay,
that's fine.
So you think it's more important to choose the legacy and the image of the school over risking giving Penn State a black eye by going to the police? You don't think he should have went to the cops with that?
I think it's more important in the wake of his death to support what he did there over the 50 years he was there.
Okay, again, you absolutely
when it happened and talk about this when it goes to trial.
Yeah, and if he was alive, you'd be saying the same thing. Who gives a shit about his death? Like all of a sudden that changes anything?
Right. We said the same stuff. I'll say it again when he was alive. Hey, Ryan, do you think Paterno let those kids down?
No.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay, so Ryan thinks that if you were being fucked in the ass in the shower when you were 10, him going to the head of the university would have been good enough for you, huh, Ryan?
If it was reported, and it was.
Ryan. No, I didn't ask you that.
I already said he could have done more.
Then you're a dummy. Then you're dumb.
Ryan, do you
And you're probably
understand?
a shitty nurse.
Do you understand how despicable child fucking is?
Yeah.
In this world, do you understand when you go to when you go to prison? Do you understand that other prisoners look at you like you're a scumbag because that's why you're in there?
Sandusky should be getting fucked in the ass every day.
Of course he should. He should be fucking.
No, but what about Sandusky? He did some good things.
He didn't do anything good.
No,
Oh,
but I
really?
mean, he
How do
helped
you know?
Joe Pa. He helped the legacy.
Wasn't he a great? Wasn't he a great assistant coach? You don't want to acknowledge that today,
That's true.
Ryan?
What about all the good?
No, because I don't think he ever was.
Oh, really? People that know a lot more about football than me and you would say he absolutely was a great assistant coach.
And that's their fucking opinion. That's not mine.
That's too. Whatever. If you think this way, it's fine.
Stats don't back that up.
Huh?
Stats
I don't care about stats. Here's the bottom line. He didn't do enough when he heard a 10-year-old was being fucked in the ass. You get in line with the rest of the dumbbells and think that the important thing is the legacy, and the important thing is he did a good job at the university thing. When he heard a kid was being fucked in the shitter, he did nothing.
Or some will say he did.
He did nothing.
Right. Just to be fair, some will
everybody
say
knows he did nothing.
he either did nothing or the minimum.
He was bigger than the
Those are your two
fucking
choices.
university administration, and he knew it.
If he went to the administration and said, look, this kid fucker, he either goes or I go, they would have been like, all right, we'll get him to pack his fucking bags.
And by the way, let me ask you something. If Paterno was assaulted walking into work one day by a student, if a student punched him in the face, do you think Paterno just would have went to the university president? Or do you think he would have went to the police?
Good point.
What do you think he would have done?
That's something that happens in front of a bunch of people.
No, alone. Say he was alone. What do you think he would have done?
Say he's alone in the middle of a 60,000 person campus.
I didn't mean at the game, you dumbbell. Yeah, he was walking into work one night. He gets punched in the face by a student or two students, and then he sees a cop. Is he going to go to the police, or is he going to go to the university president and report the crime?
Well, as you say, if he sees a cop, I guess he's going to the cop.
You understand what you're doing? You want to fucking talk about legacy and all that nonsense, and you know it's idiocy.
You missed the point, because all I said was that in the wake of his death, you support his legacy. Before and after, you talk about what happened there.
Fuck his legacy.
You talk about why he didn't do his job.
Fuck his legacy.
Support what he did right.
This stains his legacy. Everyone who's done terrible things has done things right, bro.
What he did right.
Yeah, all right, hey, more credit. He's got a statue for what he did right. He's been praised for what he did right. Unfortunately, 6 months before his death, this story blew up. Unfortunately for his legacy, the story of him not doing anything when he heard that there was a man's penis in a boy's hiney in his locker room, and he didn't do the right thing. So the legacy takes a hit. Sorry.
No, so administrator can save their job.
No,
That's nothing. No.
Okay.
No. That has to do with so the school can save face.
Okay, you believe that.
If Joe Pa went to the cops, perhaps the administrators wouldn't have been able to save their job.
Hold on. Let's talk about your life there, sir. So you're a nurse, you said?
Yeah.
And you have to report child fucking, right?
You report anything, child abuse.
All right. Let's say wherever you work, you hear that someone. No, you saw it. You saw someone getting fucked in the shower, right? And you go to your superiors and you report it, right? And then let's fast forward a month and you realize, holy shit, the guy that was fucking the child, they really didn't do much about it.
He's still here.
So what would you do then, sir?
If it's already been reported to the authorities, there's nothing I can do.
Oh,
you can go to the police.
I so don't want to hang out with you.
Liar, pants on fire.
So you would be okay continuing your job. Hold on, let me fucking finish.
Working with this guy.
You would be okay continuing to work with this person, knowing what happened and knowing you reported and they didn't do anything. They did, let's say, the minimum. You'd be okay with that. That's what you're saying today, Ryan, right?
Ethically, you feel you've done your job.
Of course not. But if it's reported to authorities, then you can't do anything.
But you would just move about your life after that, right? And go, oh, well, I report it. That's all I care about.
You wouldn't go back to the authorities?
Go out and kill the guy and go to prison.
No, you wouldn't go back to the authorities and say, how come 2 months later this fucking pervert is still working in this hospital?
Or at this point go, wow, maybe I should go to the actual police because I went to my superiors and they don't seem to be taking this seriously.
Oh, see, by the authorities, when it's reported, say that situation did happen, it's not only reported to the administrator of the hospital, but you also report it directly to the authorities at that time.
You're probably lousy at your job. Like, if you're a nurse and you feel this way, like, you actually think that you're probably lousy at your job.
Yeah. You're real.
By reporting it to the cops and the administrator, that's not doing your job.
But he didn't report it to the cops.
He didn't. That's just it.
We're talking about me. We're talking about me. We're not talking about Joe Pa.
No, but the fact that you think that he did the right thing.
I'm a terrible person.
I didn't say you're a terrible person. I said you're probably lousy at your job because if you're supposed to be.
How so? Because I do it?
I'm explaining to you how so. Because if you think that Joe Paterno did what was okay, and you think the legacy is more important, even though you know he didn't do morally what he should have done, you're probably. I'm glad I'm not in your care because you're probably not very good at it.
Yeah,
that's my opinion of you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that's your opinion, I guess.
And yes, it is. And I'm glad.
I take damn good care, and I have a 95% approval.
I'm sure you do, but the 5% I bet are doozies.
Those are the ones who probably put the pillow on their faces. All right, whatever. Jesus. But, I mean, in the Penn State University situation, obviously it wasn't good enough just going to the superiors or the administration, and that's where we had the problem. At that point, Joe Paterno is forced to go to the fucking real police when he realizes not much is going on about the situation. Yeah.
Go wrangle up some bedpans.
Something just fell.
Miss.
He's gone? I guess
yeah.
You couldn't take any more.
Yeah. What are you going to, when you're talking to that mentality? What about there? Okay, fine. Harp on the legacy. Go there and look at that statue and hold a candle and talk about it like these dumb motherfuckers on the news are doing. Look at him.
Look, his legacy and the university's legacy is tainted. It sucks.
Tough shit.
Tough shit. It happens.
How about an honesty?
Well, how about his shoulders? See, we can do this all day.
Lega M.
It's too bad because it looks like he was a really good coach. I don't think he was a really good man.
I'm sure. Yeah. How about I can't see. I can just. I'm forgetting.
Oh, and that fits in because he turned a blind eye to the situation.
Because he had glasses.
Exactly. What simple is this? Kids are being fucked under your watch. That pretty much ruins your legacy.
If you were told about it,
Does that even have to be said?
Yes.
It's like no.
That's
I mean,
what amazes me.
But that's just it. It's so obvious.
That's what amazes me. Yes.
Yeah.
You have to say that.
It's amazing.
You know. But, I mean, the good news, overwhelmingly, the world I live in, people are agreeing with what we're saying.
Yeah.
Because I try to see things the other way now that I'm older. And on this one, I just can't wrap my head around it.
I think the people
would think this way. I can't.
The people that are really supporting him, I think, are the people that looked up to him, either went to the school or followed the team.
Right.
Knew for years, like, oh, this guy's a great coach. I don't really think it's just people looking at the facts and saying, oh, this guy is great.
They're looking at other factors.
Yeah.
And it's like, just fucking revolting. Where especially when I listen to this jerk off talk, and I mean Paterno talk in interviews recently. He wouldn't even talk sincerely about what was going on. Let the police. How about going? If he did this, he should be shot. How about you address a pedophile?
Yeah.
Real tough talking football coach. Let the authority. I don't know.
We got Donahue. It says, let me set this call up for you, Donahue.
Thank you.
I support Joe Pa 1. Jim is wrong 2.
Okay.
I'm an attorney 3, and I'm running for Penn State's Board of Trustees.
Correct.
Yep. Okay.
Go ahead, Donahue.
All right. First of all, I appreciate you guys and everything, and I appreciate your stance. Jim, the reason why I just called in is some of the stuff that you were stating was wrong.
Okay.
First of all,
can I get a disclaimer first that no matter what is said during this call, you will not sue us?
You already asked me that one time, man. I'll give you the same disclaimer now.
Okay.
So you won't?
Yeah, I will not sue.
Thank you.
All right. And also, my disclaimer, everything here is based upon what has been released from the grand jury testimony and papers, as the transcript has not been released yet from any of the 4 grand juries that have been convened.
All right.
So,
how grand are they, really? They're good
What's that?
juries. Nothing, sir. Continue.
Now that you've put everyone to sleep, what is the purpose of your phone call?
All right.
Joe Pod did report it to the police. The individual one of the two individuals who's now being charged with perjury was in charge of the state campus police, which is a fully licensed police authority within the state of Pennsylvania. Same as Philadelphia police, same as Pittsburgh.
Right. Well, they are a school police department, but yeah, I understand
They're
what you
real
mean.
cops, yeah.
Technically, on paper.
Now, what happened from there is he was told that the report would be followed. All right. Granted, he didn't call on a Sunday. He called on a Monday when he found out Sunday or whatever. That's, neither here nor there. All right. That is the one place that Joe Paterno did not act immediately, in my opinion.
Yeah.
All right. From there, what Joe Paterno did is he followed up with the individuals and was told that an investigation was underway. Now, from the testimony that was released from the perjury case that happened at the preliminary charges for Curley and Schultz, they read a portion of Joe Paterno's testimony and not the entire thing.
Mm-hmm.
All right? What they released is that Joe Paterno did call the police, that Joe Paterno was a full participant in the investigation, and that Joe Paterno did do everything that he was supposed to do.
So let me ask you a question. Let me just jump in and ask you, because I've heard that, and then I've heard that was not true. And so let me ask you, based on what you're saying, why would it be seen? Because the university, the last thing they wanted to do was fire Joe Paterno, because it just makes them look guilty and terrible. So if what you're saying is true, and he did do everything, why is the university taking the position that he did not meet his moral obligation?
Well, Jim, you're correct there, and you are incorrect.
Okay.
Joe Paterno had made the Board of Trustees in Grand Spaniard aware that he was retiring in August of the year. There are numerous trustees that have acknowledged that, and there are also numerous people in the head hierarchy that acknowledge that. He pissed off the Board of Trustees because when he was going to retire, he gave them a list of 4 names. On that name was people who he wanted to follow after him. One was Urban Myers, who's now with Ohio State. He pissed them off there. They thought that Joe Paterno went over their head and told them how to do their job. They were gunning for him on numerous things. I know it's conspiracy theory, and you guys,
Yeah, dude, gunning for him. Hold on, bro. Gunning for him because he did a few things they didn't like. That's kind of hard to put with. They threw him to the wolves over child molesting this scandal, because it doesn't just hurt Paterno. It's in everybody's best interest in the university for him to retire in good standing, because he is a legendary football coach. This does not behoove them at all.
Joe Paterno never retired. Joe Paterno, to the moment he passed, was an employee of Penn State University.
Well, they fired him.
The trustees have released that. No.
Okay.
He was a tenured professor, and I believe it was when Erickson was doing his tour around the Grand Hall, the town hall meetings. The Board of Trustees released a statement the Tuesday of the week that he was doing it, saying that Joe Paterno was not fired, that Joe Paterno was a tenured professor for the university.
So he had to go.
He still was employed.
Okay, so I guess what would have to happen there is he had to go through a due process. Once you're tenured, you have to go through a due process, I'm sure, because it's harder for them to get rid of you. So maybe they legally couldn't fire him, but he was no longer the football coach.
I can't give you a yes or no. I don't do employment law on that. So,
well, but I mean, if you're, sir,
they relieved him from his position.
Why they? Okay, so isn't that kind of tantamount to being fired?
You're going to get in the legal semantics, which is all.
No, I'm not.
Talked about on here,
dude. I'm not getting into the semantics of it. I'm saying if they say you're no longer the coach, isn't that the same as being fired? Because technically, if he's a tenured professor, they probably have to go again. Like I keep saying, dupe. They have to go through some kind of a process to fire him. It probably, that takes time. But what they could do immediately is remove him as football coach. Why would they remove him as football coach one day before he was supposed to be finished? That's a firing.
One day.
I mean, I'm sorry, I apologize. One game.
No, he had 4 more games. It was going to be his last home game.
Oh, okay. 4 more games. All right, there you go.
His last home game.
So why would they do that?
The reason why is because you got to save face, basically, at that point. They fired Graham Stanier. Well, no, they actually met a joint opinion between Graham Spanier and the Board of Trustees that Graham Spanier was to step down, okay? Now, you also have to look at what's happened since then. The vice chair and the chair of the Board of Trustees have also rolled over, and there's now 2 new chairs. Erickson, who was once a Board of Trustee member, was then appointed to the sitting president, and he will be until 2014. Now, so what that means is on the face, it looks like they cleared what they need to do for their hierarchy and say, oh, look, we're making changes. The only person left was Joe Paterno, and there was such a media firestorm that they had no other choice but to cut off the face of Penn State, which was Joe Paterno.
Right, but I'm reading something here about Paterno's. I'm sorry, as we're talking, I'm perusing something where Paterno himself said he didn't want to interfere with certain people's weekends, so he reported that.
That's what I said. The Sunday.
Yeah.
That's what I said. One Sunday,
right.
He was notified by McQuarrie. It was either late Saturday night or early Sunday morning. He did not make that call Sunday. Like I said, that is when Joe Paterno did not act immediately.
Nah, I don't even fault him for needing a day to process it. It's a Sunday. We'll talk Monday. You know, I don't even fault that. I don't think that he went to the police though. I think
he did. Curley and Schultz. One was the athletic director and had the ability to remove Sandusky from the football buildings. The other was the vice president of finances and ran the vice president because police.
What happened? Here? What? I don't know. You fell apart there a little bit.
Yeah, I tripped up at it.
But I also think that cutting off Joe Paterno does nothing but hurt the university, and the Board of Trustees doing that is an absolute defeat. It's not throwing him to the wolves. It's not like any other political situation. That is a terrible. That almost makes the university blemish concrete and unchangeable.
I agree.
It's pathetic on their part because they knew as well, and now like, well, we'll save our own asses by firing, Paterno. A lot of shitty things happened to Paterno as well there in the end, but. What are you going to do?
I can't see where it said Paterno talked to the police.
Adam is.
He did.
Hold on, Adam's on the line. He says, I'm an attorney as well. He's missing major points. Joe Pa recommended people to Sandusky's charity as well. Is that true?
Oh.
Donahue, is that true?
Joe Pa recommended people to his charity in what way?
All right. I was hoping we didn't have to. All right. I was hoping we didn't have to have 2 lawyers on at the same time.
Wow.
Because that's death. But Adam, what do you got? You're on with Donahue.
Yeah. Even if everything this guy says is true, it doesn't matter because after everything happened, they were still sending all of the players, according to Paul Posnelny, who was a linebacker for Penn State. They were sending the players to Sandusky's charity as late as 2007. So even if all that's true, why the hell would you allow Sandusky to continue to be part of the program? He was at the university on a daily basis after this. Not like it got cut off that day. He was still in and around the program, and Penn State players still went to Sandusky's charity. That's where it gets really fucked up, and that's what the problem is, not what happened legally.
Sure.
For the whole second mile issue, first of all, you have to look at how involved Sandusky was with Second Mile and the issues that they were going. There's Second Mile organizations throughout the state of Pennsylvania, okay? Just as there's branch campuses for Penn State throughout the state of Pennsylvania, right? By having the one person around doesn't mean that that entire charity is faulted. Now, when I'm saying that, you got to look at this. There was numerous things going on with Second Mile that nobody can explain. Why did Corbett approve multi-million-dollar state funds to be granted to them? Why did Tom Corbett allow them to have access to state grid and state grounds? There's a lot of things that you can't answer.
Yeah, the whole point of your explanation is to just confuse the issue. The fact is, Sandusky was allowed back on campus after this report. Not only did Joe Paterno take time in reporting it, not reporting it properly, whatever happened there.
That's what I'm saying. The point is, that he is still allowed there. It's crazy.
Right, the most powerful man at the university allow Sandusky on campus, at the practice facilities, in the facilities.
And I cannot find one place that says Paterno. All I'm seeing, reading about Paterno, and this is from the Pennsylvania.
How about player interviews? That's a place to look. Player interviews, saying he's there, saying he was there. Like I said, Postlesny said he was there as late as 2007.
No, the Pennsylvania Attorney General even saying, I apologize for interrupting you, that Paterno did his legal responsibility when he went to his administrators. I can't find anywhere that says Paterno went to the police, sir, except for you on the phone.
Go look at Schultz's positions. He was head of State College Police Department.
Okay.
So
He oversaw.
nothing.
Right. And that's where it's all bullshit. It's like, he didn't go to the police. Well, he went to the head of the police department in this bullshit.
What else are you supposed to do? You go to the guy who runs the police? That's like saying, you know, you got a problem with
let's
Disney.
say that's true. Let's say
you don't go
that's
to the
true.
CEO
Let's
of
say
it.
he did that. Let's say he did that, and that was true. The point is, what happened after that is he allowed Sandusky to come back. He allowed Sandusky to be on the premises, according to your players.
He was around the team for years after this.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't deny that. Technically,
he was around the team, but Joe
technically they might have
have
changed
the
his position here and there, but the fact is he was around the team for many years after this.
If we keep these guys on for another minute, we have to pay 15 more minutes.
I
Actually,
know.
they only do quarter hours, these motherfuckers.
Nah, that's 2/10 of an hour.
Oh.
Your attorney got you in that divorce area.
Yeah, I certainly did. Thank you.
2/10 of an hour.
And why? Let me ask you, why would you, if you're running for, why would you support Sandusky, knowing that he did?
I do not support Sandusky. I think Sandusky should burn in the hottest fires of hell, and that he should be thrown into prison.
Wait.
And the guards turn their back to whatever happens to him.
Wait, you're the one. No, I apologize. I mean Paterno. I didn't mean to say Sandusky. I meant to say Paterno.
Why do I support Joe Paterno?
Yes.
One, Joe Paterno reported what he could to who he could and did with it what he was able to. All right? Let me put it to you this way. Jim, if Black Earl comes up and tells you that he saw, I don't know, Iran
Good scenario.
stealing money, okay? Now, what do? Do you go and call the police and report it and follow it up and hit it 8 million times?
That's where I said we're not all morally perfect.
Yeah,
and that's different. If we saw Iraq fucking a young boy,
I think
then perhaps we might, after working with him, and 2 more months go by, we might go, "Why is Iraq still here?
Right.
Did he fuck that boy?"
And we'd sue the boy for tampering with an elephant.
None of us is morally perfect. We're making that point. We agree with you there, but let's keep it with the kid fucking thing, okay?
That's a biggie.
That's a huge one.
And I agree with that.
That I would absolutely fucking put my own fucking job on the line to make sure I did everything I possibly could.
Now,
and at that point, if they still didn't do anything, I would have to leave my job. I would not be a part of that shit.
And I understand.
Period. And I also would believe in my abilities, where I would be able to go somewhere and do and do what I love to do, which is radio. And in Paterno's case, I truly believe someone else would have fucking picked him up.
I don't know. They were trying to get him out of pension.
Yeah, I mean,
after in the 90s.
You're kind of right about that. You got to remember he was already pretty old at that point, right? But still.
But I mean, and the other thing is, review what McQuarrie said at the preliminary hearing. He said that he saw inappropriate things. Never said rape.
Okay.
And that's another bullshit thing. Because here's what McQuarrie said. Take any adverb or adjective you want out of there. McQuarrie said, shower, Sandusky, kid. Put anything else you want in there. He's fucking fired immediately. You know, Paterno, I don't give a shit what it is. Whether they were playing around, they were fucking, put any adverb or adjective you want in there. It was shower.
Inappropriate enough to get fired.
Right.
Yeah, that's it. That's all you got to know.
How was Joe Paterno going to fire him? He wasn't under his employment. He wasn't a coach of his. He wasn't under his supervision.
He goes or I go. He goes or I go. And then what are they going to say at the school? Oh, we're going to keep the child fucking rapist instead of the fucking head coach guy?
I would set up a press conference.
Make a stand.
If I was Joe Pa and go, let me tell you what I know.
Yeah.
And why I'm talking to you guys today, because I feel like I can't trust the people I work with anymore because they did not do the right thing. I want to thank
the. What do? Do you get the whole investigation thrown out that would have Sandusky rot behind bars?
Yeah, and that's what happened, I guess. Yeah, so I'm glad he didn't tamper with that process that worked out so well.
Score!
Shit.
Oh, even the jury's laughing.
Oh,
Look, even the
God.
jury's kind of chuckling at that. He won him over.
Can we strike that from the record, Judge?
Yeah.
Can we strike that from the judge?
I object.
Can we strike that? Okay, make believe you didn't hear that. What, Jimmy?
I heard it.
Yeah, he said I'm reading that Paterno did contact the guy he talked to. Gary Schultz was kind of a double duty guy.
Yeah.
Right. See, he was a senior vice president, and he also oversaw the police department.
Yes.
Okay. What was his rank as a cop?
He basically was in charge of all the financing and the assignments and the hiring of officers.
Bean counter.
He was basically the.
Was he a cop?
Commissioner of State College Police, as far as I understand.
Was he a cop?
Well, you should know that. I mean, he was a cop, or he was. I don't know what he really was.
I'm a cop, you idiot.
Yeah, what exactly was Schultz's title?
That was on yesterday. That was howling.
It was the vice president.
Well, he
No. I mean, with the police.
he
department.
certainly is a failure as well.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, he's definitely a failure
Certainly
for
is.
his inability to go forward with it and to bring it to the district attorney of Center County.
Right. All right. Can we let you guys go?
Wait a minute. Hold on.
Can we adjourn for the day?
Wait.
Really?
Check it out, guys.
You're saying, hold on, to the attorney who is saying this guy's the head. Now, again, maybe I'm wrong, but Gary Schultz, it says the school's senior vice president for finance and business, which gives him oversight of university police.
Correct.
So you're saying to me now, but you're saying that Joe Paterno did go to the head cop, but the guy who's in charge of finance for the university and thereby technically oversees the police, I think that's kind of being I don't think that's accurate, man. Come on, that doesn't.
No, it is because of the way that the state college runs their fucked up bureaucracy and how he gets to who he's able to report to.
So is he a police officer? Is that guy a police officer or not?
Yes, he has a role as a police officer.
So he carries a gun and he's a cop.
Not all cops carry guns.
No, but, I mean, you know what I'm saying.
Good ones.
Donahue, let me ask you a personal question, sir.
Yep.
Why would you want to run for the Penn State Board of Trustees?
At this point.
Yeah.
Why?
Why would you want to put yourself in that whole mess?
Why? Because I don't want to see Penn State keep on fucking up the way they are. Rather than apologizing like they've been doing and not making changes, I'd rather see them.
Donahue's a water walker.
Y'all love Don. Y'all love Paterno.
You know what? You answered the question, though. So
hold on. I'm looking to see, is Gary Schultz technically a cop? Maybe he is. But the thing about overseeing in charge of finance, thereby technically you oversee is.
Was he in charge of assignments and cases, or just the finances? Was he an accountant for the police, or was he actually literally going out there talking with the brass, assigning people to cases, and that there's a big difference there.
Well, let me ask you this: who's the head of our military?
Who's the head of our military? Barack Hussein Obama.
Correct.
Surprised you didn't say
carry a
Barry.
gun? Does he? You see what I mean? It's that
Oh boy! Oh boy!
All right.
I'm not a Barack fan at all.
No, I know what you're saying.
I'm just saying.
Hold on.
That was a lawyer thing you just pulled on me.
Yeah, but I'm not, and I because technically, to me, you're kind of playing a semantics. I'm trying to see what this guy's tie-in with the police really is. Because I don't want to say something that's not accurate, which I've done many times.
Jimmy, do you still have the Yellow Treats email?
I do not know. TheRealJimNorton@gmail.com.
Okay, I'll send you some stuff later on.
Okay, I appreciate you calling in.
Child porn?
Yeah, let's thank.
That's true. Any photos of Sandusky's victims? Please quickly send them to me.
Yes. Let's thank the Kid Fucker supporter for calling our show.
Go down.
Oh, that's harsh.
Donahue, good luck to you as far as running for the Penn State Board of Trustees.
See,
he's got the board part.
But because he oversees the financing of the police department,
Look,
to me that's like That's kind of a fucking technicality. Like, that's covering your bases to say you did it, but that's not really doing it. Let's see.
All right, we're done with him.
All right. Well, you guys have a good day, and I'm going to punch out.
All right, man.
It says nothing about the police.
Yeah, dude, it says Gary Schultz.
University Police, but it's like...
Office of the Physical, Office of Human Resources, Office of Internal Audit.
He's in charge of everything financially, bro.
He's a financial...
He's a finance guy.
That's not going to the police, man. That's not going to the police.
I think it is.
The finances of what? Penn State?
And if the guy wants
finances is he in charge of?
Penn State, and that covers University Police.
Well, shit, he's got a lot to lose too, man.
But it doesn't say
a big scandal like this would certainly affect the finances.
And the point the guy brought up with Barack Obama being head of the military, but if you have a fire base that wants to lob some shells in somewhere, you're not calling Barack for coordinates.
Yeah.
You know? There are other people that do the job a little better, depending on what you need done. And if you want to go and say that a man is fucking a child and he still works here, you go to the police, not the finance guy.
And also, when a guy like Paterno meets a guy like this, or a guy like, I don't want to say his name, the other guy, those are guys who are all going, all right, what are we going to do here? Mm-hmm. That's not reporting the crime. That's fucking a couple of guys doing damage control, because Paterno is not a regular coach going to a regular a board of trustees. This is, again, like someone says, he's the most powerful guy in the state. Paterno is a guy way beyond, what do you think, Travis?
Trav Dog? What do you think, Dr. Gay?
Well,
because they call him Dr. Gay.
I was in the bathroom for a little bit of this, so I don't.
We've been doing it for 45 minutes.
No, but I mean,
the guy's been on for 45 minutes.
I came back to my computer and Sam said that you wanted some
too much cheese as you watched your Ravens lose.
No, that's terrible.
So from what I understand from Joe Paterno's deposition that was read in court, he contacted Curley. And Curley said, I didn't think it was a crime, so I didn't report it.
No, I know that, but what about Gary Schultz? Did Paterno talk to him? Did they just have a sit-down?
Nothing that I've read said that Paterno talked to Schultz.
I got info on Gary Schultz.
Okay.
Let's go to Dan in Pittsburgh. Dan.
Hey, boys.
Hi, Dan.
Hey, Jimmy, you're absolutely right. Gary Schultz is not a cop. He has no arrest power. He doesn't have an Act 120 certification, which every police officer in the state of Pennsylvania has to have.
He's the vice president of finance.
Right.
So he has no arresting power.
So that lawyer was basically, who called up, was being technical, going, he reported it to the head of the police because he happens to oversee the finance. But meanwhile, that
There's a lawyer using semantics.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That guy's, Gary Schultz's interest is much more in the university's best interest, as opposed to this is what's fucking legal and we're going to arrest you for doing this.
Also, the lawyer that called in, Jason has a problem. This guy cannot call in as a lawyer and say things like, oh, whatever.
And
I would love him as my lawyer. Oh, whatever.
Oh, whatever.
And by the way, if again, to bring back to the Paterno was assaulted idea, if Paterno was assaulted, would he have? Is this the guy he would have gone to, or would he have gone to?
Do you go to the finance guy, or you go to fucking not even the campus police? You go to fucking real police. Enough.
That's like some shit going down here, and we would go to Gary or Rob.
Right.
That's nonsense. We know those guys have no power, or they can't do anything about the situation.
Chances are they were the one in the shower.
How about this? It's like
we would go right to fucking Mel. Or Scott.
How about it's
not those dummies.
We wanted to have a bit done, right? We want to do a bit. And we go down the hall to them and ask them to get it all ready and together. And then 3 months later, we go to them and there's still no sign of it ever getting done.
Right.
Oh, this has happened before. I was trying to come up with a hypothetical situation.
Or it's something you want it to work in your favor.
Yeah.
Then you would go to Gary and Rob.
Oh, right.
Knowing that Steve, Scott, and Mel would never hear about it.
Yeah.
See how that works?
See how it works?
That's exactly how it works, Sam, so don't give me that stupid look.
Oh, that's
What's
just
your
his
problem?
face. That's just his face, Opie.
It's just that your example, people could take it as insulting. You're bringing up specific people that work here.
Yeah, but that's how it works.
And how they have the power to do nothing, and that's who you would go to if you want nothing done.
Yeah,
right.
If we want nothing done, we would go to our, quote, people that say they're in charge of the channel.
You won't even say that they're in charge of the channel?
No, they're not.
Oh.
No, in the end, we are. But technically, I guess in the corporate world, they have some kind of, title.
Yeah.
We would go to them knowing that they wouldn't be able to do anything. But if we had a real issue, what do? We march down to the corner office and we go upstairs to the bigwigs.
Let me ask you,
that's how shit works.
Is this how? What do you think? This is kind of the same thing. Let's say I was in the bathroom and I was brutally fucking Sam in the ass,
Right.
brutally, like where his pants were around his ankles and his legs were shaking, like the force of the fucking.
Right.
And E-Rock stumbled in eating a pound cake.
Okay, now
and he was going to sit down and take a shit and eat.
Yeah.
So he wouldn't actually lose anything. Whatever he'd lose, he'd replenish immediately. Duty boy cake eater. Now let's say that E-Rock witnessed this.
Yeah.
And then he has a dilemma because if he runs out, he might shit his pants, and he can't eat the cake. He doesn't mind shitting his pants, but he won't be able to eat the pound cake while he's talking to Gary and Rob.
He's trying to convey the story, yeah.
So maybe he doesn't want to get anything done. He wants to just do a quick. So he runs to Gary and Rob, and he goes, "There might have been something going on with Jim and Sam." And then he runs back into the bathroom and sits down and goes through his duty cake ritual.
Back to duty caking.
Now, is that really covering his bases?
Yeah.
Because he knows I was brutally fucking Sam in the ass.
Tooling him till it bled,
But
really.
he didn't go to Bladder, who would have sat him down in the office and let him fill his underpants.
Wanted all that
with
detail.
duty, and then to put the cake down while we're talking.
And ruin his legacy as a fat person.
I actually love your example. If you're morally weak, very weak, that's exactly what you would do.
That's right.
Boy. You would do that.
If you were a duty boy cake eater. Yeah.
You would do the bare minimum, which is going to guys aren't going to really fucking take it to the next level.
Right.
It's just so much cake.
The bare minimum. That was what I did.
Yes, the bare BEAR minimum. What I contributed.
Speaking of bosses and stuff, can you tell Scott Greenstein once again there was pee on all the fucking toilet seats?
No, I can't because he would be insulted if I told him that.
Just tell him that we need the pee wiped off the seats before we put our heinies down.
I'll call facilities if you want.
It's that dry fucking pee where you can't even scrub it off.
Yeah, you gotta lick it.
What?
I walked in there and there was a piece of bacon on the floor.
It's just
Duty Boy Cake Eater.
Exactly.
Was in there.
Duty Boy Cake Eater was having some bacon pound cake, which is pound cake with bacon taped to it.
What type of animals work at this place after we're gone at night?
It's
Who the fuck pees on toilet seats at their job?
The weekend people are really bad.
They're animals, right?
Yeah.
Can you tell
Animals.
Greenstein that the fucking toilet seats need to be scrubbed?
He's not the guy. He's too far up the food chain, I think.
Oh.
At least there's no booger wall like our old place.
Remember the booger wall? Aw.
Booger wall.
I miss
I miss the boogie wall too, don't you?
You do.
Roland's got a box set in his hand. What is it? What is it?
It's just another Boardwalk Empire.
Oh, we got that one already.
Damn good.
All right, we got a couple more
Yeah.
people that want in on this.
Okay.
My dad held that same job at a different college, the Schultz job, Jimmy.
Yes. Yeah.
They have nothing to do with the police department besides writing a check.
Yeah, that was a bullshit. That was a bullshit. I think I covered my bases by doing this. 3 guys who meet in the fucking room and go, what are we going to do about this?
Yeah.
Like, how are we going to save the university?
Period. Joe Pa should have done a lot more.
If Joe Pa really went to the police,
lot
like went to a cop and said, what the fuck is going on, or whatever he would say, then they would never would have fired him. The university wanted to paint him as a guy who did the right thing.
Let's go to Greg in Jersey. Greg.
Greg?
Yeah, look, guys.
Hi, Greggy.
Hello, Jimmy.
Yes, sir.
If Joe Paterno shot Sandusky in the face with a 9mm bullet,
nice.
You'd be bitching he didn't use a .45. Okay.
No, I wouldn't.
That is the stupidest
terrible example
ever. That is the dumbest. Hold on. We're going to make sure everyone knows how dumb your example
The 9 probably would have killed him anyway.
And by the way, let me use your example. Let's say Joe Paterno did shoot Sandusky in the face and McQuarrie, or somebody saw it. Should they run to Gary Schultz? Is that the cop they should run and tell?
No, if he went to a cop and nothing happened, you'd be bitching that he didn't go to Schultz. You know what I mean?
No, I wouldn't
be. No matter what Paterno did,
wrong.
You would bitch and complain.
You're wrong.
Because you didn't get the outcome that you liked.
You're 100% wrong, and I'll tell you why.
Sexy bit example he's giving.
Yeah.
Where E-Rock can do no right.
Dude, no, I don't have an agenda against Paterno. I have no interest
I was never
in Paterno having done the wrong thing. And I think the university had no interest in that. The best case scenario for them was that fucking Sandusky was a piece of shit and the police dropped the ball. Like, that was the best scenario for them. And I have nothing against Paterno. What the fuck do I care? I'm reacting to what he didn't do.
It sounds like you have a personal vendetta against Paterno because he himself didn't march in with handcuffs and arrest Sandusky.
Not at all, bro. Not at all. And I'm not trying to paint it that way. I have no vendetta against him. I'm making fun of him, and my kind of vindictiveness with it is a reaction to the babies who are offended by me mocking this guy. He didn't do enough, and you know he didn't do enough. I wouldn't kill him if he went to a patrolman and not a captain. That's not what this is about. Because that's just going to a police officer. That's doing the right thing. But we all know what he did here.
And can I also reiterate something that everybody seems to be getting confused with? We're not even really talking about what he did right off the bat. It's a very weird situation, and going to the authorities of the campus instead of the police department, whatever. But months later, when you see the kid fucker still walking around and then do nothing, you don't go back and say, why is he still here? What's
How do you know he didn't do that, Anthony? How do you know he didn't
Because there has been no fucking testimony from anybody that he had gone back repeatedly to try to get Sandusky thrown off of the campus. And that would absolutely come out to make him look a lot better than he's looking now. Well, he's dead now, so he probably looks awful.
I think Penn State had to fire him, like the guy said, to try to save face.
No. To me, that hurt them, bro. That really hurt them. Saving face, like, again, Schultz and Curley, those guys are fucking bums. McQueary, a bit of a bum, not quite as much. Paterno?
I think that's a little double standard you got there, Jimmy.
No, I don't.
I think a little double.
Okay, I'll tell you why it's not a double standard.
I do triple standard.
McQueary.
One more better.
I don't think is as bad, simply because I think he's genuinely a guy who was reporting a superior to a legendary superior.
No. Why is his legendariness important now?
I'm talking. Hold on, whoa. I'm not talking about my perception. I'm talking about the fear McQueary had. Okay, I'm talking about him being afraid. I'm not saying.
28-year-old man. You know, he should have gone to the cops.
How old are you?
Just like anyone else.
How old are you?
I'm 28.
So are you afraid of your boss at all?
You're going to reach puberty.
No, especially not if I see some guy fucking a kid.
But should he have gone to the cops? Absolutely. Yes, he should have.
So why is he not as bad as Paterno? Why is he getting a little bit of a pass?
He's not getting a pass, but I'm not killing him as hard as Paterno because he's the one, first of all, who did say something. And unfortunately, he probably thought it would be handled properly. Paterno wasn't like Joe Paterno. Hold on, I'm telling you why I think something.
Go ahead.
I don't think Paterno was afraid of losing his job. Like, Paterno was not afraid because he was so powerful. He's not afraid of losing his job. McQueary's a guy who had a lot to lose. And again, you know what? That does kind of make him a scumbag for not reporting it.
So what was Paterno afraid of?
The university taking a black eye. The football program having a black eye.
His
on
legacy
it.
taking a black
eye.
Taking
a black eye.
If you want a good team, you gotta
No, black eye.
Oh, see, fuck, I suck.
Okay, so so the guy McQueary too, piece of shit too. Okay, fair enough.
Oh, there's a whole list of pieces of shit.
But
by the way,
the fact is,
we're only talking about this today again because he died over the weekend,
and everyone's trying to bail Paterno out. No, Penn State.
I'm not trying to bail Paterno out. I'm simply commenting on a little bit of a double standard. And it's just my...
Do you have hair on your balls?
Yeah, I don't think I have a double standard, though.
How was your molesting?
It just sounds like he hasn't reached puberty yet.
I don't think I have a double standard because Paterno is the one that everybody's trying to admonish. So that's the why I'm kind of I'm smashing him.
What I've taken from this whole Paterno thing is that he was a very, very powerful guy.
Of course he was.
Loved guy. And that's why I don't understand.
McQueary had no power, so what the fuck? Why is?
But that's why I don't understand why he wouldn't have fucking completely done the right thing. That's what I can't understand fully.
Everyone has the same power when you want to go to the cops.
No,
Just because you're Paterno doesn't mean the cops are going to listen to you any better than if you're McQueary.
But you know that's not true because when you're in that system, and I'm not saying he shouldn't have went to the cops, McQueary should have went to the cops. But when you're in that system, which, let's be honest, the university in that part of the fucking Pennsylvania is nothing more powerful than that university or Paterno. And you're almost going and tattling on the power structure. It's a much scarier proposition that you're just going to be drowned out and fired than Paterno, who's not afraid of being fired at all. And anything he says, people would listen to.
Right.
I just think they were concerned about different things.
Yeah.
I think Paterno was more concerned about the university. But all right, I'll say you're right that, you know what, fuck McQuarrie too, big time. He was also a scumbag.
Oh, fuck all the guys.
Yeah.
Thank you, Greg. Thank you.
But I don't have an agenda against Paterno, though. I really don't.
Alex in Boston. Alex.
Hey, guys, I just want to bring up...
Whoa. Oops, sorry. I want to bring up something that will illustrate sort of their attitude towards this child molester. Sandusky was in the president's box watching Paterno's 409th win on October 29th.
The president's box.
Yeah.
Yeah, the president's box.
All right, and you're Joe Pa on the sideline. I don't get it, man. How do you live with that?
Yeah. Come on now.
I know it's a tough spot. There's the guy in the president's box, but still.
They were all turning a blind...
Everyone fucking turned a blind eye.
They all turned a blind eye.
He was in the president's box. Curly knew.
Hey, I just want you to know I'm going to be raping some kids. And I'll see you soon.
Well, I don't think there's any question left. Who's going to be sticking their cock in that young boy?
Of all the dramatic things, you could see McQuarrie knew. And Sandusky's wiping blood off his dick. And Paterno's smiling.
Of all the dramatic things I've ever seen.
Oh, that's terrible.
Of all the dramatic things I've ever seen, goodness gracious.
The child isn't smiling.
Jesus. All right, good info.
I'm just, it's been quite a while. I've been trying to get help for my condition, but I just can't stop putting my dick in little children. So, I'll be fucking a lot more of them, and I'll be sending them to therapy real soon. Of all the dramatic things, I guess that takes away the mystery as to who's going to be wiping away those memories. I sound like Ted Sheckler.
People got it, though. We got a young lady on the line. Cameron?
Tell this bitch I ain't finished. Bitch, I'm talking.
Cameron, go ahead.
I'm glad you guys are finally checking your facts out after 45 minutes of reporting that.
What are we not checking out, Karen?
Right. All right, you know it all.
Typical broad. What were we not checking out? What facts?
You're not invited to the man cave.
I turned you on this morning.
Get to the butt.
We don't give a fuck
Get
about
to the butt part.
Yes.
Yeah, we don't care.
Yes, we know we're amusing.
I
Boss
like
Drain
you,
was good.
but-
Thank you. My Leno appearance was good. The roast went well. Thank you. What?
I just want you to know, Jimmy, honestly, if McQuarrie would have went to Paterno, an 80-year-old man, and said, I saw him effing kids in the butt, Paterno would have went to the cops. The whole problem here is McQuarrie said he saw horsing around. That was it.
I don't think so.
No, he said...
First of all, we all know what horsing around is.
He said he saw something sexual in nature.
If someone came to me and said, I saw some horsing around going on, I would ask a few questions.
Fine. He's from a different generation. He's not thinking horsing around. He just said this in his interview. He did not think horsing around
different generation.
Effing.
Here we are at the World Champion Kids fucking competition. It's acceptable because we're from a different generation. Well, the boys are all lined up against the shallow wall. And here comes Sandusky, pumping hard. Apparently, if you listen closely, you can hear his balls hitting the young boy's supple snare drum like ass.
He's not molesting them. He's teaching them how to tackle. That's all he's doing. He's searching those boys for stolen candy.
Hopefully we can do the same thing to the Fuhrer.
And by the way, madam who's calling in,
Yes.
Paterno testified to this. He, meaning McQuarrie, had seen a person, an older person, fondling a young boy.
Enough
I don't know
right
what,
there.
Hold on.
That. He changed the story so many times. What time did he say that?
This is what Paterno testified to.
Yeah.
He said, I don't know what you would call it, but it was of a sexual nature. I didn't push Mike to describe it because he was already upset, but it was something inappropriate to a youngster. Joe Paterno testified to that.
That's his
so
word.
Don't sit there.
He did something that you always say that you want the media to do. He has come out after he found out that these kids are getting effed in the ass. He came out. He said, "I wish I would have done more." He did not get all the facts. He also said he did not want to ruin the proceedings for the case.
Let's talk about what you just said, which was that if he would have went up to Paterno, he said he saw horsing around. You just said that what the guy, McQueary, went to Paterno and said he saw horsing around. So you're making it look like Paterno never should have went to the cops. And I'm telling you, this is what Paterno testified to. So how do you respond to that?
And he did go, and he went to his superiors. He did not, he even said he did not want to ruin any kind of, like, the future proceedings.
Oh, yeah, by going to the police.
Right, yeah. Paterno said he didn't want to ruin anyone's weekend.
Yeah.
That's how unimportant this was to him.
Well, that's a future proceeding.
Sweetheart,
It's
he
your
said,
weekend.
He said,
No,
I
it's
didn't
like
want to
tomorrow.
interfere with their weekends.
Yeah, right. And you know,
not you,
He
right?
testified to. He said those words.
I love how girls argue.
These are his words.
He said this.
Cameron?
I didn't want to interfere with their weekends. So either Sunday or Monday, I talked to my boss, Tim Curley, by phone saying, "Hey, we got a problem," and I explained the problem. He said I didn't want to interfere with their weekends.
Did you just call me fat, Jimmy? You just called me fat.
You telling me I don't know my facts?
That's how girls.
Jimmy said
you
you're
have no
fat.
idea that this is testified. It's been testified to.
I have been reading this. Anyway,
The-
I just want everybody to realize they've been calling Joe Paterno a puppet for over 10 years now, and he can't do anything. So I don't know why you're holding him to this high standard now that he should have been God. And
I don't because he's a very
God.
powerful guy, and you just keep defending him.
called a puppet.
I don't. Do you have children?
Wow, the denials.
I don't have kids.
Okay, I was going to ask if it was your kids, would you have been satisfied that that was what he did? You're right. They are in denial. You want to have this image of this guy, and the bottom line was, I'm sure he was a good man.
He was. You guys don't even know how many millions and millions he's given to the Penn State.
Blah blah blah. But here's what I do know.
But as far as you thinking that he would do this maliciously, he would never.
I don't think it was maliciously. I think it was selfishly.
I think it was selfish.
certainly
in the
not
name of
maliciously.
his own name and the name of the university.
And I listened to him even when he spoke about it when all the students were in front of his house. And
football is way more important than kid touching.
Yeah.
Kid fucking. Period.
You
That's
keep
what happened
defending
here.
him, though.
Period. That's what happened.
Is that your statement, Opie?
you think about the legacy. You think about all those other things.
Right.
You do that.
Enjoy that. Have a good time with that.
I'm going to remember. You know, I have a big cardboard cutout out of him. He's standing in my. Yeah. I mean, I'm going to remember him. He was a great guy. He made Penn
And that
State.
one,
Absolutely.
And that, the cardboard cutout probably talks more than he did.
Yeah, absolutely. It was just as likely to go tell the cops that a kid had been fucked. And you keep hanging on to the technicalities. Well, I talked to Gary Schultz. You keep hanging on.
And instead of having the cardboard look at you, have it look, outside.
Yeah.
Have it looking out the window.
You just called up and said to me.
It's a looking away joke.
Jimmy, I'm
wordy,
listening
but-
to you.
I
while
don't
you're
have
on
the
radio,
facts.
Looking it up.
So what?
You guys
It was confirmed.
You have a cardboard cutout.
It was confirming what I knew.
Ew. Anything worse than super fans?
You just called up and lied through your fucking teeth.
You don't even have your facts right, and I think you guys are as irresponsible as the media.
Sweetheart, I'm reading testimony. I'm reading testimony.
How is Jimmy irresponsible when he's reading transcripts?
Yeah.
That you could look up yourself.
I can look it up. I'm glad that the attorney.
Denial.
Oh, you dummy.
Kid touch a supporter.
You
Be dumb. I love you, Jimmy.
support pedophilia.
Sweetheart.
That'll get you far in life.
Then don't call up and say something like, "Oh, McQueary only said that he saw some horseplay, horsing around, so that's why." But you just gave fucking Paterno an out, and now I'm reading you testimony that tells you the exact opposite, and you just keep talking instead of going, "Oh, I didn't know that."
That one statement shows her denial big time.
Yes.
Because everyone knows what horsing around means.
An 80-year-old man
Ass
is
rape.
probably thinking the same as you, pervert.
Yeah, no, he doesn't know what a fucking the 80-year-old man testified. I'll say it again. I don't know what you would call it, but it was of a sexual nature. So you explain to me how that gets lost in translation with age.
How is she calling us perverts as we completely support the kids in this
why I love
one?
you guys.
You
I love
dope. I don't give a
No
fuck.
answer again.
Go fuck it.
Chicks are weirdos. Your chicks are weirdos. If it wasn't for that fucking vagina, man, you'd be
They're
sunk.
terrible debaters.
Put a strap on your Joe Pa cutout and have fun tonight.
So many girls.
If it wasn't for
You
what?
weirdo.
If it wasn't for what?
Have the money, you wouldn't have so many girls.
Exactly.
I had a lot of girls when I was broke, dummy.
No, but for me,
I had
she's
girls
right.
when I was fucking broke.
I wouldn't.
Because I'm funny and have a giant cock.
How big is it,
So
Ant?
fuck you in your fucking ass.
I'm with Ann on this one.
That's right. He does have a giant cock.
I always
You wanna be
got
fucking
girls.
Have a cracker.
You calling? Thank you, my friend.
I always got good-looking girls.
Oh, I have it.
No, I'm thinking I'm trying to not eat carbs.
All right, and one more thing.
What?
How many carbs are in a cracker?
I'm a sweater boy cutie. Go ahead, miss.
Cameron, go ahead. Oh, one more thing. She hung up.
No, she actually got us. All right, that was a good one.
okay.
But you're right. Women do debate like
Whatever. That's not what I agree with, so I'll just go, well, whatever you say. But then...
in that moment, that is why men kill their wives.
Right.
It was like, instead of just going, oh, okay.
You're there, fact, testimony, legal testimony. Oh, you don't have your facts. What the fuck was I just blurting out?
But I knew that he didn't, or I didn't believe he went to the cops. And then this lawyer calls up and he sounds convincing. So I'm telling Sam, Google, did he go to the cops? Like, I'm looking for it. Yeah. Like, hey, man, am I wrong? And then I'm fucking going over the Gary Schultz thing. Yeah. What exactly is his position? Is that going to the cops? And then after having analyzed what his position is, I don't think he did.
They don't want to hear it.
Holy.
The Penn
I was
State,
very willing to admit I was wrong there.
The Penn State people are going to have to, realize eventually that the legacy is fucked.
It's a little tarnished.
It's fucked.
Yeah.
Because we're not even close to the end of this whole scandal.
I don't think
not even close. Your legacy is fucked.
I don't believe he's a pedophile.
And that's unfortunate. And that's unfortunate, but those are the facts.
I don't like the idea that
legacy is tarnished.
people think I got pussy just because of money. I get good pussy because of money.
Yeah.
I got plenty of mediocre to lower range pussy. Believe me.
I always got good pussy.
Oh.
Just for the record.
All right.
If we're all being honest. We should break.
Fucking assholes. Yeah. Sounds good to me.
All right. There's your Joe Pa shit.
Wow, that got heated.
Yeah, but I mean, it's I have no feelings about Joe Paterno before this. I didn't give a fuck about Joe Paterno. I'm not like some rival fan who always hated him.
Right.
So when she said I have someone said I have like a vendetta, yeah, of course I don't.
I was.
Fuck do I care?
I was more than aware of his importance in football and to Penn State and his legacy. And as soon as this came out, without a doubt, I'm like, oh boy, that fucks that up. That's simple as that. Before I even dug in, I'm like, oh boy, that's not good for his legacy and how important he was to the football program in the university. Oh boy, is he going to be tarnished? There was no doubt in my mind.
Can't have one of the people that are under you, no pun, fucking kids and not have some responsibility in it, especially if they're still there the next fucking day.
Supposedly up until October, late October.
I'm saying anything.
I don't know if that fact is true, by the way. We do try to stick with the facts.
Yeah, but anything longer than the next day is too fucking long.
Right. Oh, my God, yeah.
Unbelievable.
People get fired for the dumbest fucking things.
Yeah, that seems like a pretty legit reason to have canned the guy, but...
Right, or put him on permanent suspension or something.
Double secret probation.
Whatever the fuck you gotta do.
Yeah.
But supposedly he's in the president's box up until late October, even. I just won't understand the other side on this one at all.
No. It's ridiculous.
I'm bewildered.
I'm bewitched.
I haven't been bewildered in a while. I'm bewildered.
Are you befuddled?
Befuddled a little. I'm a little befuddled.
I'm sea-fuddled and sea-wilted.
The letter jokes, Tip, always funny.
I know.
I know. What is squish face? I know.
Now this.
Sirius XM. The Opie and Anthony Show.
Sexy.
Yeah.
Hi.
You getting topical?
Hello. Yes.
Oh, you are?
Oh, he is.
Hold on.
She said, Jay, if you better come out with it, go hands up, we got you surrounded. I'm in the back, changing my outfit. He said, Blake, we will send the house in. I said, wait, here I come,
Was there a flash mob robbery somewhere? No?
Getting topical. With the Sex Man.
All right, we feel like the Sex Man kind of failed us on the whole getting topical early.
I disagree.
Earlier.
I totally disagree.
Well, why don't you explain to the people what you did?
45 years ago, Jane Goodall, what?
No. Earlier, I played Bob Dylan's "The Times They Are Changing."
Yep.
For President Nixon announced that they've reached an agreement to end the Vietnam War 39 years ago today. But you didn't feel that was good enough. That it didn't make any sense or coordinate.
Yeah, it was too early.
Yes. So he said, try again. So what is this song? I don't even know what this song is.
Do you know who the group is?
Is it Jay-Z?
No.
You racist son of a bitch.
Oh, what, is this white?
No, that's just racist because you just hear somebody
rapping.
No, Patrice taught us a long time ago you can be racist and racial. So I was being a little racial there.
Yeah.
I was being ignorant.
Now look over here and see the...
Yeah.
Oh.
I never...
yeah, well,
Patrice
whatever.
opened my eyes to that shit. I thought you just could be racist, but no, you can be racial.
Yes.
Is this Vanilla Ice?
No.
No.
Is this... you know who this is?
It's pretty obvious.
I know who this is.
It's Run DMC, yo.
No, wait, hold on.
It's
Sugar Hill Gang.
What?
It's Curtis Blow.
Look at the top stories and think about the entertainment stories.
It's Chris Cross.
Oh, you're playing this because 3 people were killed by subways over the weekend?
What?
No, that's not it.
No.
It's Grandmaster Flash.
Is this the Jazzy Gang?
It's Melly Mel. Melly Mel?
No. That's not the Jazzy Gang?
Eric B. Rakim?
No. Rappin' Teddy?
Is this for Newt Gingrich?
No.
DJ Jazzy Jeff?
Here I come.
Master P? Master Poe? Bismarcky? Marky Mark?
Bill Shepherdson?
Not a real person.
LL Cool J?
No.
LL Cool Q? LL Cool B? Or something?
Yeah, but LL, ladies love, how about ladies lie around and whatever ladies lackadaisical? I don't know, Chipper.
JJ Cool Breeze?
Nope.
How about the lumpy breast?
Random.
I don't know.
Yeah, is Snoop Dogg?
No.
Who is this, first of all?
This is The Roots.
Oh,
That's
the
actually
Roots.
I like it.
Yeah.
This is the song that they did a variation for Jimmy Fallon's theme song.
Oh boy.
So it's Jimmy Fallon's birthday?
No.
Who is it?
Well,
I like it.
Well,
Wait, you like it?
I like this one.
Really?
Yeah, I do.
All right, help me out with a hint. Because E-Rock sucks at hints. Sam, give me a hint.
All right, well, the key here...
What's the key here? All right, good.
The Jimmy Fallon thing doesn't have anything to do with it.
Of course.
I didn't even know why I brought it up.
All
It's
right.
dumb.
Well, because of the Roots thing.
That's what the
Roots-
key is.
Did Roots come out, how many years ago was it? 35?
35 years ago.
35 years ago.
Do you like that one, Ant?
Well, I play it backwards and
That old gay.
that old gay.
Do you know what's
Do you
funny?
like that? Do you like this getting topical, though? Did he pass?
Wait a minute. He played the Roots.
Here I come.
Roots being that, you know what? It fits the criteria. I
This
can't
one
even.
works.
I'm trying to figure out a way to bash E-Rock because it's what we do. It's all we do. And I have to say that's pretty much it.
Give him a bell, then, I guess. There's your bell, E-Rock.
Yay.
Congratulations.
Pretty much it. Yeah, you did it finally. How many weeks have we suggested?
By the way, Duty Boy Cake Eater has been submitted to Urban Dictionary.
Oh, it's in there now.
Uh-huh. The definition is a chubby young man who eats pound cake while he makes duty so he replenishes before he loses anything.
Well, that's good. It's always nice to get into the modern day
And the example
vernacular.
is, no, Duty Boy Cake Eater won't leave the stall until he's finished his pound cake.
Perfect.
You think this one will take off?
I hope so.
That's horrible.
Can I put that on a T-shirt?
I would think so.
That's a long thing to put on to you, or unless you just want to put Duty Boy Cake Eater, and on the back you can put a picture.
I'm desperate for a catchphrase.
You need something, right?
I need something. If this is going to work, I'll do it.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
quickly, I want to play a little game with people. Watch this. I'm going to tweet something right now. Just retweet it.
No, don't do it.
Just retweet it.
It's
Here
so
it goes.
cheap.
Why are you
watch?
Why are you obsessing about the Shorty Award?
There it is. Now just retweet that.
Don't do it.
Why are you?
No, do it, and then I get a bunch of votes.
What do you want?
I want a Shorty Award.
Why?
Because I want one. I haven't wanted an award since fucking forever ago.
Nothing you do is award worthy.
Now, truth of the matter is, I want to dress in a tux. I want to go to an awards thing and then give a horrifically inappropriate speech if I win. That's my goal, is to give a horrid speech if I win this.
Wait, is there actually a Shorty Award place?
Oh, yeah, it's here in the city. It's a big thing. It's star-studded, and if you win,
It's not star-studded.
Right, look, if I'm there.
It's like the Chocolate Rain guy and a few of his cronies.
You're not saying it's star-studded, Chocolate Rain guy? Jesus.
I guess he is more famous than we are.
That's huge.
Good point.
Look, Eastside Dave was at the Shorty Awards a couple of years back, I guess, right? Mm-hmm. And look, see, it's a big stage. Look at that multimedia. And he ran up there and made a complete fool of himself.
Wait with the multimedia. It's a high school gymnasium.
That looks more like a theater.
A bunch of jockeys, I'll bet there.
Wonder if Zack Ryder's going to go.
That's Shorties,
Yes, of course. Jockeys.
Short fellas.
And then Dave runs up on stage.
Because he lost.
Because he lost and just ruins this person's moment.
But was it a moment to ruin? Look how shitty this looks.
Hey, this was a couple
really
of years ago.
Part of this?
You know how big it's built up to now? Who doesn't want
They
one
got
of
a
these
shitty
awards?
banner and a big screen. That's
Oh,
it.
it looks huge. Who was there? Wasn't there Dave falls on the floor because that's what Dave does.
That's his routine.
I love when he yells and falls on the floor.
I'm going to ruin your microphone.
And he said, fuck you, CNN, because Rick Sanchez was the host.
Yes, Rick Sanchez from CNN was the host. And now he's dumping water off his head as he's walking off the stage.
He was trying to win the award for weird.
Weird.
But no one's reacting to him.
No. They were horrified.
Because only a bunch of fuddy-duddies go to the Shorty Awards.
Yes.
All right.
Well,
so you got the tweet out. They retweet that.
So now the tweet's out there. Just retweet it, and you don't have to go anywhere. All you got to do is look, retweet it, and it's a vote.
I already tweeted, by the way.
Oh.
I want a Shorty Award.
I nominated you for comedian, Jimmy. So you just vote for Jimmy in the comedian section, and I see you getting a lot.
I've never won an award.
You know, the Shorty Awards are supposed to be for people who, aren't on the Tonight Show and don't have massive radio
well,
shows.
Fuck that noise.
Oh, really?
We're classing this thing up. We're classing it up.
We want Shorty Awards.
Yes.
Yes, we do. Boy, most likely to break wind. We have a winner.
Is that a new category?
Certainly is.
I like
Should
it.
be.
Yeah, we should
Boy,
be.
most likely to break wind on cue.
We should be in dumb categories then.
Well, we are in a few. I'm in, for some reason, one of my categories is just Black History Month. I don't know what that's all about.
Yeah.
Functional alcoholic is another one, but I'm really going for web show.
Hey, DBCE, what do you got to do to
Look at the award.
DBCE in the
Looks beautiful.
house? Let me see. All right.
DBCE.
The award itself
YouTube
just
star.
looks beautiful. YouTube star. Where's Opie? Opie's going for YouTube star.
Well, someone.
So he's got to get up there.
I'm doing well.
Where are you?
18th.
I'm good.
All right, you're
I'm
18.
good at 18.
But you got to be pushed up over
But-
6th place.
But my other awards, 6 votes in
Lumberjack lookalike.
Lumberjack lookalike.
That's
What?
good.
It's crazy.
A little radio, humor.
How am I not on that fucking list?
Comedian. I'm all
Where's
over the
Jimmy and
place.
comedian?
And I'm not even cracking. I mean, who's number one? Alex Constantino. I don't know him. He may be a comedian.
Who's he?
Matt Walker.
Do you know Matt
Pervert Biebers? I don't know any of these people.
There, he'll get thrown out. because
Susie
it's not a real
Diaz, I wouldn't
person.
mind smooching with.
Selena Gomez. I mean, people
funny.
just fucking. No, she's not. Where's
See-
Jim Norton?
I am just.
Miley Cyrus.
Jim
Justin
Norton
Bieber.
has just joined the competition.
I'm very irrelevant as a
Jim Norton
comedian.
should be there.
That's okay.
Don't you go to that last page. He's got to be higher than last.
I have to be higher than...
Jim Norton is 20th.
I have 20 votes.
No, you have 42 votes. You're in 20th place.
You're doing good.
You have to break the 6th place mark in order to qualify.
I don't even want to have my first place.
No, you do. I know. That's how I felt, and that's why I want everybody to keep voting.
Technically, it's the top 6, and then the Shorty Award committee chooses
who
wins.
But if you're number 1, there's some influence there.
Jim has gotten 5 votes in the category of mom. And 3 votes in the category of sweetest boy.
Oh, that's lovely. Oh, give Jimmy votes.
No, I'm actually tweeting.
Don't vote for me.
Yes.
Whoa.
But then people will just to...
Zack Ryder by like 350 votes.
Here we go.
I got to get him on the after show.
No! If you do that, I swear I will shut down your shitty after show.
You do have the power to do that.
I do. All right.
I don't think you want this.
First set. Oh, I do. You watch me.
I don't think you want
I want this
I don't think
more
so.
than anything.
Why, though?
Why not?
All right. Good point. Like, let's look. Radio category.
I don't want that. I wasn't in that.
No, I know, but
I'm glad.
There's nobody's in the radio category.
Yeah.
Like I said, there's nobody's in the radio category.
That's why web show is good, because it's like people that are just doing it. Who cares? I'm in there, you know.
Who are these radio people, and where are their shows?
I don't know. Is Justin Bieber in the radio category? I'm sure he is.
By the way, I twittered, I won a Shorty Award, and then in quotes, I wrote, what the fuck is a Shorty Award? And then someone responded, it's when you bend over and a midget sticks his arm up your anus.
Now that's something to go for.
Yeah, I'll say that's a Tolly Award.
Oh,
Good one,
stop.
Chip.
You're 35th in radio?
I guess so.
Not Sam.
Sam, you have
35th
18
in
radio shows. Should be higher than
You should be number 1.
Yeah, why don't you guys vote for me for radio since Opie and Anthony refused to run it?
Vote for him in radio.
I don't want a radio award.
I'll take the radio.
Not the radio
Shorty.
one. You take it because you're newer to the business.
We did that already. We got radio awards.
Vote for me in radio, because otherwise, do you really want Covino and Rich to be up there?
They're on there?
They're on there.
Oh, I didn't know that. I wouldn't have said what I said if I knew that, Sam.
I also want to be able to say the award-winning Live from the Compound. The award-winning would be a huge, that's a coup.
Just give yourself an award, and then you could say that.
I could do that.
Save yourself the trouble. Hey, Warren Buffett.
He's crazy.
I didn't forget. He's pretty much the richest man in the world, or the second richest. He's right up there always,
musician.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, the Chinese are doing their New Year.
Mm-hmm.
They can't celebrate like the rest of us. They have to do it in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Because for them it's a year like 5,000.
Yeah, they got like these weird rules as far as their years go. And I like how they were promoting it on TV.
Is it 5,000?
No, it's a lot.
They were saying it's one of the most watched ceremonies in the world. And it's like anything that happens in China would be the most watched. First of all, they make you watch shit.
Right.
How many channels could there be in China? And they got over 1 billion of the motherfuckers.
You better hope they don't get aware of the Shorty Awards, because then you're in trouble.
A Shorty Award. Go to everyone in country. Because they're all short.
You didn't have to explain that.
That's great.
It was going to take a slight second, but that's really funny. So Warren Buffett, I guess he likes the Chinese. I guess he does a lot of business with them, I would assume.
I would assume, yeah.
So he...
Look at his little train set. That's kind of cool, right?
Yeah, he's got a little
model
miniature train set.
You're going to love him after you hear what song he decided to sing to the Chinese people.
What's the problem with this? I think you should play it and then let people decide, why would this be kind of a problem?
Can I say now or after?
I'd rather see if people can get it.
So he decided to, as part of the Chinese New Year celebration, he would play this for the people of China.
Yeah.
I've been working on the railroad.
Pause.
He's lost his mind.
He's sitting in front of trains singing I've been working on the railroad to the Chinese.
Yes!
I guess because for Martin Luther King's birthday, he sang Wade in the Water.
Yes! Strange fruit. Jump down, turn around, pick up bale of cotton. What the fuck is this guy thinking?
I don't know.
I don't think the Chinese really enjoyed building our railroad system.
I don't think it was the best of working conditions.
I don't think it was
on
the best of terms.
No.
Are you sure
this was pretty much slave labor.
I don't think there were a lot of volunteers.
Was this for Chinese New Year, though?
Yeah.
That's what they're saying on the news.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Okay.
All right, hit it.
I've been working on the railroad all the long day.
Quite literally. Hours stunk.
Just to pass the time away. Can't you hear the whistle blow? And rise up so early in the morn.
I helped them.
Can't you hear the captain shout?
Wang, blow your horn.
Dinah, won't you blow? Dinah, won't you blow?
Just laughing.
Dinah, won't you blow? Dinah, won't you blow? Dinah, won't you blow your horn?
He sings that fucking. I've been working on the railroad. Could be the most offensive song to sing to Chinese people.
You think?
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Maybe there's one that's worse.
I don't think so.
Turning Japanese would be worse.
Yes.
Maybe for Japanese people.
Well, no.
Chinese?
If you're singing it to the Chinese people, they'd be offended.
Yes, they're implying that they're trying
How about my little China girl? Ugh. Oh, baby, just you shut your mouth.
Did you say Bowie?
Yeah. What? Oh, no.
Oh, you're not going to. I didn't think you were going to.
Holy shit!
Is this the big debut?
Oh.
Did you say Bowie?
Yeah. I didn't think you were going to.
I've been waiting for a natural segue.
This.
We all know that.
Bobo Man to O&A.
It's Bo Bowie. It's Bo Bowie, everybody.
Well, look. It worked so well for Jimmy Fallon, we figured we should give it a shot. This Bowie thing.
Jimmy is disgusted.
Totally disgusted.
Guy.
Him again?
Yes.
Bo Bowie. Again.
Bo Bowie.
I'm going to be part of the show. Can I get on the show? I'm alive. Why can't I come to the show? Just grow up.
Exactly, right?
Can't you just listen to the show?
Grow up.
Now he's going to call us for the next 2 weeks straight. I heard you played the song.
My song. I'll do it live. I'll do it live.
Bobo Man to O&A.
Oh my God.
Bobo Man to O&A. Let me on the show. Just let me right back on.
Oh.
Bobo Man to O&A. 7, 6, 5.
I hope this ends like Apollo 1.
13 too, right?
No, they made it back in that one, Bubba.
Did you guys do that? You guys did that.
He didn't write this song himself.
No, you guys did the counting wrong.
I wrote the countdown for him, too.
He goes 5, 2, 4.
4. That's stupid.
While we were recording, I had to correct him. He was singing the countdown properly.
Oh, he was doing it right?
I said, no, do it as it's written. I felt like I was tricking him into signing a fake confessional.
Also, Dexter49 on the old Twitter writes, Shaq was at Chinese New Year. Google it. He looks like a monster. I got to see that picture if they got one. I love when Americans look like monsters.
Oh, yeah, like they love having Americans over there. It's crazy.
Chinese New Year.
He's like Godzilla.
In the meantime, more of this.
4, oh God. 1, 3.
I bet it really kicks in on this part, right?
Yeah.
This is Bobo Man to O&A. I swear that I'm not dead. Won't you let me just do something on the air? Bobo Man.
Die.
We think you're really great.
What?
Even though your dick is small and you seem gay.
This is so bad.
You fucked your brother once, but that's okay.
Come on.
Hey, I like that.
Come on.
Jimmy, comment?
Jimmy's just at it.
It's just.
It's 3.5 minutes.
It doesn't even really register anymore.
Yeah. It's horrible.
It's like being peppered with rocks.
But they won't let me come back on their damn show.
Yeah.
I'm not lying, sorry about that.
It's not even good at
Bobo
this.
Man's not dead, no matter what the haters said.
God, I want to hear the real song now.
Ever again. Great song. Groovy.
Though my IQ's in the double digits, I'm smart enough to know it's okay to do things when it's for the show.
Did he ever hear the song?
Mr. Moonigans, I love you very much. I blow him. Bobo Manto and A, your show needs help. There's something wrong. Why am I banned? Why are you mean? Can you hear me, O and A? Can you hear me, O and A?
Unfortunately.
Can you hear me, O and A? What, can he hear me or not, alright?
Oh, God, he's got his catchphrase. Oh, this is awful.
This fucking stinks.
It's only half over.
No, it's not. It's 100% over.
It's only half
waste.
over.
What a waste of a disc.
That's fucking terrible.
Wow.
Show.
Jimmy's a fan. I can tell you're a fan.
It's just an endless well of gullibility. It's exhausting how gullible he is.
That's it, exhausting.
So, the president said he can't be on the show. What did the president say?
I need to get the president's number.
Yay, Mr. Obama, why can't be on the show?
I will be back on the show. Is upset Bobo. What are you doing? Calm down.
Get a hold of yourself, for fuck's sake.
Fuck you!
Whoa. Oh, God damn, Shaq does look like a beast.
Jesus.
What do they got him dressed in? Just stop it.
What was this, China, right?
Yeah. What is he singing?
Why is he popular there?
Look how big he is.
They think he's a monster.
Because he's giant.
They love monsters over there.
Their entertainment stinks.
Why?
Chinese entertainment?
He is so much bigger
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
than everybody in that land.
You think he's knocked back some Chinese pussy?
Oh, man, that would hurt. The chicks would be,
Oh, you hurt me, Shaq.
Are those guys standing right next to him, or are they in the background for forced perspective?
I think they're right next to him.
Really? Holy shit.
Oh, my God.
He's a giant.
He's doing karate and a...
He's probably
doing?
Shaq Fu, to be fair.
Shaq Fu?
This is terrible. Oh, they're all kids.
What do you mean?
Oh,
to
they're
be fair?
kids?
Like, it's probably not karate, it's probably Shaq Fu.
You think Shaq could beat up those kids, though, if they all come at him?
I don't know.
Crazy 88 style. I like when Ronnie does that. So you think, a bunch of those kids, Crazy 88 style?
Is he popular in China, or they know who he is?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He's known around the world.
China is one of those places where Americans are revered.
Shaq is one of the most famous people in the world.
I wouldn't mind. Colin went to China. He said it was cool.
Yeah, but
No, you know, I gotta do black hair, dark eyes.
I'd go check out the China.
You ever play the Bobo song again?
Oh, good. Never again. Never
One more
again.
around the bend.
Having a Shaq attack or something.
Ah, they are. Look, they're attacking Shaq. It's a Shaq attack.
But you forget that as awful as this is, it's bigger than any show ever in America. Like 1 billion people will watch that.
Oh, yeah.
That's
She's
fucking
picking
3
up
times
children.
the population of our country.
These don't make any sense. The background's just like buildings moving.
It's awful. It's awful production.
Yeah.
Yay! He's lucky.
Oh,
They're all grabbing him.
The kids are all attacking Shaq.
Trying to pull his kimono off.
Whoa, they're all back up again.
Yeah, doing their kung fus and stuff.
Oh.
Well, yeah, but judo, chop, chop, chop. Chop your penis.
Oh my God!
各位亲爱的朋友，这就是我们非常非常受到大家欢迎的超级巨
Is that the Ryan Seacrest of China?
Ryan Seacrest.
What's he saying?
掌声欢迎他。
That guy's.
Okay, please say hello.
These ugly chicks in the fucking audience. Yeah.
That's a big audience.
Mugu got pan, motherfucker.
Yeah.
我站在旁边，
Oh, I would
感
ask
觉
that.
好合适哦。
Just called him an N-bomb behind his back.
He said, how big do you think his cock is? It's probably bigger than every cock in this country put together times 3. And they all laughed.
我想办法打他，但是打不到他。
Goes on forever.
Is that guy American next to him or just...
He's definitely not Asian.
He looks the part. He's what?
Half C.
Oh, look at Shaq. He's got his hand on the guy's head and he's flailing.
Oh,
I wonder how much wonder how much he made for that. Or is it just to extend his brand? He's,
I know. I'm sure he got an appearance fee.
Oh, my God. He probably gets a fuckload, man.
Yeah.
These Chinese are
like $10 a foot.
A lot of cash.
They pay him by the foot.
Chip. Chinese. Yeah. Oh, hey, Roland.
What's up, Roland?
So that's the red grave here?
What's up?
10:30.
10:30?
Really?
She's running late, so she's doing an interview right now.
Who's take a picture? Where is she?
Who?
She's gonna be here. She's
Who?
gonna be
Vanessa
Till 10:30?
Redgrave?
Yeah.
Vanessa Red. You're going to wait around for a Vanessa
No, I thought
Redgrave
she was here earlier.
Picture?
Oh.
She's pretty legendary, though.
Yeah, she's
I
gonna be walking
guess.
by here in a minute.
In
What?
a minute?
Yeah, because they're walking her to Alkio.
Oh,
So I have to wait for a picture?
Yeah, well, if she walks here, we could try to.
Yeah, try
Why'd
it.
you say 10:30?
Well, they say after her Alkio interview, but we could kind of.
Oh, you could jump
Go
in
for
there.
the try, man. Go.
I'd do it.
Who's walking her?
I'm walking.
Is she late, though?
Yeah, she should because she forgot her ID.
What?
She's Acacia for the ID.
Oh.
She's Acacia for the ID is what I
gotcha.
heard. I absolutely heard you say that.
Damn.
What'd you say?
I didn't know Roland was Chinese.
You know, Roland would not do a good best man speech.
Oh, man.
If you had him at your wedding or something.
So, I've known a couple for probably 7 years. And she's going to time with the time of the, and they was, it's a sweet couple. They should be together between.
We're promoting the best man speech contest.
Oh, I didn't even think of
Just
that.
did.
Yeah, we did good with that.
Somebody's going to win $1,000.
Yes, they are.
$1,000
Where
from
do they
Steven
go?
Singer Jewelers.
SiriusXM.com/Opie and Anthony.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And you get all the rules there. I mean, you just send in bad best man speeches. It's
We've
amazing.
all seen them. We've all seen them. We've all been there.
Yeah, I was
Come
there
on.
when Travis did one.
Send it in. Exactly.
Sam, on the after show, you talk more about that, please.
Yeah, do that.
We got to make sure we get some people sending their best man speeches in.
I'll do that for you.
All right.
All right.
We're all good?
I am so good. Jimmy?
Can I play that Bobo song a couple more times on the
Fuck
after
yeah.
show? Yeah, okay, good.
This Friday, Saturday, I'll be in Tampa, Florida. I mean, Tempe, Arizona. Jesus.
That's,
it was off
thank
by
God.
7 hours.
Yeah, thank God they're so close to each other, Jimmy.
Tempe Improv. My first time ever in Tempe.
Oh. You ever done Arizona in general?
I've done Phoenix years ago with Dice
love
and Bill Maher.
Arizona.
Hey, hi, Phoenix. January 27th, 28th. Then February 3, 4, I am doing Bananas Comedy Club in Poughkeepsie. And February 16 through 18, Punchline Atlanta. And there's a bunch more
If Arizona had
coming up.
If Arizona had an ocean, I would fucking move there.
Yeah, I like Arizona a lot.
God,
One time I was there.
They got Lake Havasu.
I don't like lakes as
Havasu.
much.
How about you have a Becky too or something?
Chip is the funniest.
I know.
He is not.
Uh-oh.
Yes, I am.
You're not.
All right, bitches.
Yeah, bitches.
All right,
Yeah,
bitches.
motherfucker.
Later.
All right.
Later, my bitches.
All right.
The Opie and Anthony Show. Sirius XM.